Hello, everybody. Welcome to, I think, what will be the second game during our Pride fundraising here on Apochromatic Unlimited, which, if you're here, you probably know, but is a wonderful collective of all BIPOC people here to raise up the voices of all the wonderful BIPOC individuals in the TTRPG space with streams, games, and our upcoming zine, which I have been so stuck in Illustrator working on or InDesign working on. So any day now, y'all, any day. But really, important me or other admin has already given all the good bits that you'll need to know as far as all of our fundraising efforts, wonderful giveaways, and all of that sort of stuff. So I am going to stop talking and I'm going to throw it over to Hector, who's our facilitator for the day for this wonderful game of Teenage Nightmare.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. My name is Hector Manuel Reyes at KG Okami on Twitter. I am your facilitator for the amazing Teenage Nightmare. Some of you may know this game, some of you may not. It is sort of a little bit of an indie secret. Teenage Nightmare is the diceless version of Monster Hearts, an incredibly powerful, powered by the Apocalypse game. The popular powered by the Apocalypse game, but also powerful. As we know, Avery Adler is an amazing game writer and LGBT activist, indie designer, and this was a fun little gaming kit that I was gifted because I used to be part of Avery Adler's little goblin club, and all of the goblins all got this little play kit as part of us, contributing to Avery Adler's art. The Goblin Club is no more, but Teenage Nightmare lives on as I am going to be facilitating this GM-less story game of personal horror, queerness, and the celebration of pride. There is no masters. There is no master of ceremonies. There is no GM. There's only a facilitator. And as a facilitator, I'm here to teach all of these wonderful people and all of you out there listening the rules and remind them that the narrative is ours. Plot is ours. The story is ours. So we're going to kick this off. We're going to go to Pride. We're going to go to Pride, the heart, the city of San Diego, in a somewhat in a locally known neighborhood to those who live in SD, known as Hillcrest. Hillcrest is a place. It's what we call a gayborhood. It is a place where the LGBT community has, found shelter, have founded businesses, have taken over local politics. They have thrived and grown. Hillcrest has the same amount of community leaders, activists, drag queens, leather folk, everything had by certain more prolific neighborhoods in the history of the United States, such as the Castro or Christopher Street. But our story is in Hillcrest. A group of young people, all attending Grossmont Community College in the eastern part of San Diego County, in the less progressive part of San Diego County. Their LGBT student union has decided for the first time ever, they're going to march in the San Diego Pride Parade Saturday. Now, I want all of us to introduce ourselves because all of our characters have a secret that has driven them kind of into one another's arms. They're not just LGBT. They are monsters of some kind. I'm going to start with my character. I'm going to introduce you to a young man by the name of Isaiah. Isaiah, vampire. His name, I said, is Isaiah. His pronouns are he, him. His origin, that he has cursed blood. He has a tell. He never eats. Got smoldering eyes. Wardrobe is goth chic with a leather jacket. His vampiric power is that he can read the minds of the unsuspecting. So, would like to introduce themselves, their character next.
I can go next.
All right.
So I am Taylor, and I am playing. Let me look so I don't say anything wrong, because I will forget. I'm playing Iris, who is a witch, or the witch playbook, but is, I think, really kind of probably currently in maybe like a psychology degree, but we'll see where the wind blows her next. We're not real committed with anything quite yet. But as far as her kind of background, she's grown up, probably not as hidden as maybe our vampire friend is here, as the tools of her trade were taught by her grandmother, so it is a thing that has been passed down in her family. Her tell is a little bit of a shimmer. You can't see because cameras suck, but I even made little shimmers. Kind of Twilight Sparkle maybe, but I'm thinking more a little celestial. A little shimmer to them. She is very much in that kind of her style with, she's always got a little smirking eyes, as she does take things very lightly, is very laid back, relaxed. That also kind of goes into her wardrobe with layered necklaces, loose clothings, immaculate eyeliner. This is not, but that's what the book told me. So I tried my best. And yeah, are we doing do I do like my magical powers too, or is that like a?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
I did mine.
Yeah, so then her magical powers is very rooted in kind of the mind and the healing a bit, of where she can cause strange hallucinations. She can dream other people's dreams, do a little dream walking there, and can bind people from doing harm. So she's very in tune with other folks. And is gay as hell.
Oh, absolutely. Who else would like to go?
I'll go.
There we
go. Hi, I'm Layla, and I am going to be playing Atlas, who I'm using the Visitor playbook for, but let's be honest, he's a mermaid. He's a mermaid. His origin is the ocean. His tell, wobbly legs.
Yes.
He's got wide eyes, and you can always see him wearing starfish earrings. And I did steal the idea from, oh God, what is it called again? Aquamarine. Because that's the best mermaid movie that's ever been made. So of course,
nice.
I'm here because I'm in exile and an orphan with nowhere to go, and my Atlas is studying forest ecology, just getting as far away from the ocean as he can possibly get.
Oh, all right. Let's see here. Who would like to go next?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. My computer just said, I'm done. I don't want to play anymore. And then just immediately turned off. Just turned right off.
No. You're good. Your camera all popped back up and we're good to go. So that's the other reason I love this program.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
You're good. So I will go. Hello, everyone. My player name is Amanda, but the character I am playing is Iggy, who is using the playbook The Dead. And Iggy uses they, them pronouns, and they are basically, their origin is that they are just a bunch of stitched together parts. A lot of people don't realize that San Diego has a vibrant biomedical community of really like secretive like labs and stuff. So like a couple of like the super wealthy people got really into like Frankenstein over the summer. We're like, hey, why don't we just try to like do that? And that's how Icky was created. And so their tell obviously is a network of scars, and if you ask them how do they get them, they'll give you a different answer every time. Their eyes are very far away. They tend to zone out. They look like they're zoning out a lot, and they probably are. They contain multitudes, really, especially since they're a bunch of parts all together. And what does that mean? Wardrobe style, I chose all black and oversized sweatshirts. So Iggy is a little bit of a little like baby emo goth as well.
Right.
The scars just kind of like add to that, frankly. Iggy doesn't have powers. Iggy has desperate hungers. One of them being a reckless behavior that risks the corporeal body. So Iggy's a little bit of a daredevil. Iggy never turns down a challenge, which is, again, kind of leads into the, like, we'll give you a different answer every time you ask, what's up with the scars? It can be anything from, oh, I survived a car crash, to I decided to BMX down a hill without my helmet on. Maybe I got eaten by a shark. Who knows? And my other desperate hunger is closure and answers from others who knew me. And the question is, who did? Because sometimes I feel like mine is not quite my own to my body. So who did I know? Who am I?
Right. Hold that for the questions. I want you to hold that. Hold it. Look around. All right. So we have one more person has yet to introduce their character. Please speak up.
Me.
Yes, you.
Hi, I'm D. I'm playing Santiago.
We're good to go.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to pass it off to D.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm D. I'm playing Santiago the werewolf. Santiago is her origins come from obviously being a werewolf. It's an ancestral power. Her tell is that she has bursts of strength. She has watchful eyes, and I can describe Santiago as the butch lesbian, the one and only certified butch lesbian. She's tall, she is buff, she wears either firefighter class B uniform, or she has a muscle shirt, a flannel with short shorts, and Converse on.
What else? Go ahead. Look through the rest of the sheet.
Okay.
Share who she is with the world. Gotta ask each other questions.
Yeah, I'm sorry. On roll 20. Going down. All right, so she can transform into a giant, majestic werewolf. And she sees the moon as a cruel, cursed orb that has absolutely ruined her life, and that's why she can't work the per diem shifts at the fire department overnight. She can only take the day shift.
No, there we go. No, I think that's all. So I forgot a little detail with Isaiah because I got so excited introducing everybody else's character. Their origin, I mentioned cursed blood. So Isaiah is Chicano. He's a little bit. He's Black, Mexican. There's probably some Caribbean in there as well. But through his indigenous heritage, his family line was cursed, and so he's inherited this curse, and it's the curse of the chupacabra. So all those stories that you've heard about the chupacabra attacking livestock and whatnot, that's been his ancestors with morals, not wanting to actually like harm people. So he comes from a legacy of essentially vegetarian vampires, or at least, you know,
Pescatarian.
vampires.
Yeah.
But the curse hits in late teens, early 20s. So that is what Isaiah is struggling with right now. They don't age. They stay in the prime of their life. But if they don't feed off of blood, either from animals or people, they just start to waste away and they will pass away. So right now, Isaiah is struggling because he doesn't know if there's ever going to be a cure to this curse. So what we're going to do before we jump off into our first scene is we're going to ask each other 2 questions. We're going to ask one to the question to the person on your right and one to the person on your left. And the way we're going to do this, because we are in an ethereal space, is I have a photograph of all of us doing our thing, and I'm going to use that, and I'm just going to kind of dictate to everyone who they are going to ask their questions of. And this is because we want everybody to get to. So I had some friends were like, can I just ask whoever I want? And I'm like, no. Then one person might not end up with any questions. So we're all friends. We're going to go off of that. And I'm going to, hold on, let me look at that photo. All right. I am going to ask one of Iris the Witch, and I'm going to ask one of Atlas, the merman, I believe. That should be correct. Yes. All right. So Atlas. So it says choose someone you desire, whose blood you can smell from across the room. Ask them one of these questions. I think I'm going to ask. Ooh. Let's keep it gay. I'm going to ask Atlas. The question I'm going to ask Atlas is, how have I recently captured your attention?
I just think it's like your style is like really cool. And I think you winked at me once, and I was like, I'm like a nervous Nelly for sure, so I didn't wink back. Instead, I like ran away. But I was like, "Ah!" And now I'm nervous around you all the time.
Love this.
All right. This is awesome. Thank you. This is fun. This is fun. All right. Woo! All right. I'm just going to get rid of that second question because I don't need it anymore. All right. My second question is choose someone who once saved your unlife. Ask them one of these questions. Well, that person is obviously going to be my homegirl, Iris. I got that right, Iris?
Yes, yes.
All right, Iris. Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want like do you want dark or do you want knowledge?
Ooh.
Knowledge or darkness?
Let's do darkness. Let's get spoopy.
What have I done that makes you regret, at least on some level, ever having saved me?
Oh.
Like, let's chat. Like, how did you save me?
Yeah.
Like, how did you save my life? Now, mind you, the sunlight thing is bupkis. It's just something vampires have done to distract from, so hunters can't find us. Made up.
I like that.
So
let's see. I mean, I feel like she is fully about, you know, being there, helping people, like doing kind of those healing sort of things or stopping bad things from happening. Like, what would have been a situation maybe you would have gotten yourself into? That maybe she could have been there either to maybe someone was coming after you or something, and I was like, mind meld, don't do it. Or, you know, did some weird mental things to someone or you. That would probably make me regret it on like I feel bad.
maybe
that I told my friend to not.
Well, what I'm thinking is this, because technically this is like a two-part question, right? One, how did you save my life? Just so that we can bounce off that. And two, what did I do to make you regret it? So I like the idea that I was attacked and then you sort of used your powers to like de-escalate the situation and make it so that I was safe. Maybe I killed them.
That's what I was like, maybe you ended up killing them. Maybe this was like, you know, you said the vampirism thing kind of hits at this age. Maybe you weren't like ready to fully like handle it yet.
Yeah.
And then the emotions and me stepping in and I'm like, oh no.
Right. And maybe like you were like, oh, I gotta buy him time to like calm down, but I didn't calm down.
Yeah.
Froze the person and like maybe we were walking around late at night and we were being mugged or something.
Yeah.
We were being robbed, like something just late at night. It's like we're at, like maybe
faceless,
we just
bad place, bad time. Like, oh God, it just got worse and
bad
worse
place,
and worse.
bad time. It got worse and worse. You were like, I'm just gonna freeze this person so that we can run away. And then all of a sudden, red eyes and fangs, and essentially like, and the body was just kind of like, just to make plot easy, like became like a desiccated husk. Like now, like there's like a missing person, like flyers because they never found.
And then every time we have to see the flyers, we're like,
I'm like, oh gosh. Okay, is that cool?
Yeah,
Or,
I like that. I like that one.
All right, awesome. Okay.
Can I actually ask a question?
Sure.
Is this common knowledge to the rest of us? Like, would you guys have been like, guys, you wouldn't believe it?
Do we want it to be common knowledge? Do you feel like that would bond us all more as the only monsters?
I think it'd be fun if it wasn't.
Yeah,
I think it'd be like this is like, we take this to the grave.
The two of us, we are taking.
Because I feel like there's a lot of guilt on my end, and then very much I don't want to out you for murder.
Yeah.
So like kind of leaning on your judgment on when that comes out.
Fucker. Night. Isaiah losing control. There we go. Write that down. Oh, also my lore, in case anybody wants to indulge in it, a lore is a way of gaining tokens without having to make a weak move. For those of you familiar with the system. Whenever someone invites me in or demonstrates a new depth of trust in me, you gain a token. I am done with my questions. I'm going to move us around the circle. I'm going to move to Taylor. Taylor, you get to ask me and Dee a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh. Okay. I think I will go for this one for Isaiah because I feel like it could compound with maybe what we've done or something else.
Okay.
So, one of my things, which also plays into my lore, of I collect sympathetic items from people in order to do spell work, locks of hair, borrowed pins, that sort of thing. my lore, when you give me one of these, you get a token. So give me gifts of your hair. That's not weird, right? But for this one, it says choose someone who you recently took something from and ask them both of these questions. So, what is something I would have taken from Isaiah, and did you see me take it?
Oh. I think you have a fang.
Ooh.
I got hit like in the fight. Like I got hit, and one of the fangs that was growing out, one of the canines, like kind of busted out. And you didn't notice that it was a fang. Like, so this is what I'm imagining, right? I get punched because I'm trying to fight back. You know, a tooth falls on the ground. You use your magic. I lose it. And I regenerate, you know, that fang. And then you notice the tooth on the ground because you're like, oh, we don't need any more evidence. And you pick it up. And when you look at it, and you realize it's like a fang. Like I was already transforming when this guy had jumped us.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, I like that. So it's like,
And I don't know
already.
you have it.
Okay, so you did not see me take it.
Yeah, I did not see. We're just gonna add to the drama.
Let's keep going with the drama because my second question, which I will ask to Santiago. So for me, you've recently caught somebody's fancy. Ask them one of these questions. So I'll let you pick, maybe. There is what about me do you find enticing, or what do you have that I might want? One of them. You don't have to answer both. It's just one of these. So you fancy me for some reason.
Yeah, I think something about you in Santiago's like mind, because she's just big and buff, but you're so witchy. She's just interested in seeing you be interested about those things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel that. I'm the same way. When someone's excited about something, I'm like, I love seeing you excited about something.
That's definitely what I'm thinking. That's why you've caught her fancy.
I love it. It's like a different world, a different thing, and it's almost just like, whoa.
My goodness, you are a different flavor of queer woman, and I think I might have to take some interest.
You're right. I love it.
I apologize. Right. I hope that wasn't crossing any lines.
No, you're good.
Okay, those are my questions.
Excellent. All right, so we're gonna move over onto the circle. Lots of windows open. D, you are next. You're gonna ask a question of Iggy, and Iris. Almost closed the circle.
All right. So my first question is, you spent weeks watching someone from a distance. Their scent and manner are unmistakable to you now. Ask them one of these questions. And the first one is, where do you go when you think nobody's watching you? And the second one is, what unusual thing makes your heart pound? And I feel like I want to ask Iggy this. Where do you go when you think nobody is watching you?
I feel like on a college campus that a reckless, sad sort of person would go into like the newspaper archives in the library to see if there are any clues about what kind of dead body am I? Like who's potentially like the people I left behind. I check obituaries in the archives and try to see if anything sort of gets a spark going.
Love that.
I think that would be something really cool for Santiago, just be sitting around just like, I'm watching you check these out. What you doing there? And for Atlas, there is someone whose dominance you acknowledge. Ask them one of these questions. How can I prove myself?
Not
sorry.
Atlas. Not Atlas.
Not
You gotta
Atlas?
ask. No. You gotta ask Iris.
Iris. Was it Iris?
Yes,
Sorry.
yes, it's Iris.
I misheard you.
No, it's all good. It's all
Very
good. That is why I'm the facilitator. I'm here to make sure these things are smoothed over.
Ooh, I feel like I already know what question I want to ask, but the questions are: how can I prove myself to you, and what challenge to your power do you fear the most? I feel like I wanna Santiago wants to know how to prove herself to you.
Yeah. What would prove something to you, Iris? I think, and I don't know, maybe we're already on that road depending on where Santiago is. I think just being true to themselves, because being someone that is so connected to other people's and their feelings and their dreams and their thoughts and it's probably nice to be around somebody that is even in both, like is comfortable in themselves and their thoughts and kind of following through with those same things. So I think that is when someone has really proved themselves to Iris of like, okay, you are like a comforting thing to be around because there's not conflicting energies. And so I think that, plus that she just wants her friends to like all feel comfortable within themselves and be their true selves, and everything like that. So I think that, any act that is what you feel inside and how you're acting outside at the same time.
Okay, cool.
All right, so
that's my questions.
Fabulous. So the drama continues as we continue around the table. Here we go. Next up is Iggy. Iggy, you get to ask a question of D and a question of Atlas.
Perfect. So do I read both questions and then just choose one, or do I just read the question?
Just pick one. First, pick the person, and then pick which question you want to ask. However you want to do it, because we all did it differently. There are no rules. There are rules, but there's more guidelines. So
I know exactly. Okay, so someone knows you're dead and how you died. Tell them this and ask them one of these questions. And to Santiago, how do you know so much about my death?
Ooh,
right.
I feel like one of the times that I was watching you, there's maybe one newspaper that you dropped and just didn't notice. You're like, maybe I'm gonna go bring this to a table, sat down at this table, but on the walk to the table, you dropped this newspaper, and Santiago was just like, yoink! And saw like how you died. I don't know if we want to decide that now, but
or what if maybe to make it a little bit more cohesive, what if that newspaper clipping remember this game is very broad, led you on a journey, because you can track people by scent, right? And Iggy's multiple scents. So maybe you like before the beginning of this movie, you like have investigated these people who are doing these Frankenstein experiments. Because you're a werewolf, right? And like they're not expecting someone with like scent tracking. Like maybe you even found graves of these people because the scents are all different. You can smell every single individual scent. So what do you think? I know it's your characters, but how does that sound?
I think it'd be Pretty interesting. I approve. Yeah, I think that Santiago has like, since she's a firefighter, she kind of has it like an in maybe with like a police officer and can investigate through this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have like connections, like
Yeah,
a combination of supernatural sleuthing and your mundane connections. You've managed to maybe piece together what's happened.
I like that. I like that.
I approve, especially I was thinking like the werewolf would definitely immediately catch on to, like, wait a second, that's something doesn't smell right here. So that was
this is a little weird.
yeah. Okay. Someone reminded you of what love was when you thought death had stolen it from you forever. So, Atlas, why do you find me so haunting and beguiling?
I'm a little
Vampires,
break out the
undead.
band. I think there's something about the way that I feel so out of place and mismatched in the land world, and how you are quite literally mismatched, that I'm like, we have this thing in common, and it makes me feel like really comfortable around you. And that's why I'm like beguiled by this person that I feel this like connection with.
I love that. Oh, and I should mention my lure for everyone at the table.
Yeah.
Whenever someone witnesses me satiating a desperate hunger for the first time, they gain a token.
Ooh.
That's why sometimes it's more fun, and some of the playbooks, like the Dead, are kind of built for the secret to be revealed in game for some players. Did we go all the way around the table?
I have not done mine yet.
Excellent. Atlas, come on, bring us home. Close the loop. Atlas gets to ask a question of Isaiah and Icky.
Okay, cool.
Hold on, let me compose myself. I just feel
So
like
I think for Isaiah, someone witnessed your moment of arrival. It says or awakening, but we're going to choose arrival for mermaid. And is confused about what they saw. Tell them this and ask them one of these questions. How did I get you to keep this story a secret?
oh wow. Okay. Let me look at my character sheet really quick as I think about this. Oh, okay. I saw your arrival. I think that after the running away incident, that I have. What if we have a thing?
A thing?
What? A thing. Okay, so we did you. I asked the question earlier, right? So I'm entranced by your blood, right? And I've seen you, and I'm just sort of like, oh, there's some kind of mystical mermaid. Like you're a creature like I am. That's why I'm. And the smell is so. Maybe I am
Am I your own personal brand of heroin?
a little bit, but a little different because we're kind of on equal footing, right? Because you have all kinds of weird mystical powers. I know you've looked over your moves. I know you probably have some ideas. People have played the Visitor before. I think the way that you convinced me to keep your secret is that I took you aside and at like a social event and was like, I know, I saw you come out of the water. Why I've always been. And maybe the way that you've convinced me to keep it a secret is to sometimes swallow your nervousness and let me take you out.
Absolutely.
Like,
Can we
Let's
write
go.
this movie? Oh
we've
my
gone
god!
we've gone on a couple of dates. We're not quite ready. We haven't we're all adults here. I don't think our characters have had sex yet. I think that like
I'm too
pride is
nervous.
kind of
I'm too nervous about
you're
it.
too nervous about it. But you are using all of your mermaid skills and your charm to kind of keep me at bay, you know, because you know how to handle sharks. So there's this balance between like nervousness. As a vampire and mermaid are just kind of circling around one another. It's essentially like
I've dealt with things that have a thirst for blood before.
exactly. You've dealt with sharks, and I've never dealt with mermaids. Like, do I need to breathe? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm still trying to figure this out. So I kind of like this idea that we have this kind of fraught, nervous relationship. And that's my answer. I'm going to ask questions of
No, I love it.
Vicky.
So, okay, let me get back to the questions. Someone has captured your attention and it feels like they are somehow integral to the whole reason why you are here. Ask them one of these questions. What about me do you find strange and exciting? That's for Iggy.
We are in a full-blown love triangle.
No, this is polyamory, bitch.
Oh, this is
Let's
This is polyamory. Let's do this.
Hey, I'm part of the LGBTM community. Are you kidding me?
No, I
Let's
got you.
go.
I'm poly as well. Let's go.
So I think, and it relates to the question I asked of you, is I feel like you're so in awe of everything as if you're experiencing it for the first time, as far as being on land, that I just can't help but be like endured by you, and I'm drawn to that energy because I'm on the opposite end where I feel like I've given up on everything, and I feel like I don't know if I can't enjoy this anymore. And then I just see you going all gung ho about like, oh, land is so
oh my
cool,
God,
and
this
I'm just
paper
like,
is pink. Are you kidding me?
yeah,
This is incredible.
yeah, and I'm just like, you know what? That is incredible. So I feel like Iggy is like drawn to that energy. I feel like, oh, okay, maybe, you know, there's a reason why it might be okay for me to still be kind of existing. So,
Oh, perfect.
All right. So, all asked each other questions. We all know now how we know each other. We have a vague idea that we're all weird in some way or fashion. Some of us know each other's secrets. I like to, you know, and it's Friday of Pride. We get to decide how are we going to kick off the story. Everybody got their setting elements ready? Okay.
Oh my God.
Setting elements
I got
for the
assist,
listeners.
right?
Yes.
Great.
Setting elements for our dear listeners are how we are divvying up GM responsibility. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. There is the authorities, which is security, principals, administrators, and of course, the police. Family life, which is, you know, family members, relatives, mom and dad, chosen family, home. There is social media, which is whatever's going on, you know, on the social scene. There is the abyss, which is the sort of the dark, supernatural, you know, otherworldly, collective, subconscious darkness that kind of underlies everything in the Teenage Nightmare universe. There are the nefarious ones who are bad people, whether they are criminals, cultists, or, you know, selfish opportunists. The nefarious ones are always offering a sweet deal, but it's hardly ever worth it. And then we have what I think is going to be the most important setting element of all, which is big gatherings. Typically, big gatherings is like homecoming, prom, but this time, big gatherings is going to be San Diego Pride. All right, so I'm starting off with family life. And then Atlas, you have the Abyss. Let's see here. Iris, you have the nefarious ones, or do you have big gatherings?
Big gatherings.
You have big gatherings. D, which one was the one that you have? You have nefarious ones? Authorities. All right. And
I had authorities.
You have authorities? Excellent. Iggy, what do we got? Which one do you have?
I took nefarious ones.
You took nefarious ones?
Nefarious.
Nefarious
Yes.
ones. Excellent. All right. So we all have our setting elements. All of the setting elements, for everybody that's listening, they have free moves. Every setting element has a desire, but I'm gonna wait for the desires to be announced when you guys first use it. You know, give a little surprise for the people that are watching. You know, exciting. Where do we want to do our opening scene? My suggestion is we do Friday at the flagpole, and that our characters are going to the Friday night block party in Hillcrest. Or
Works for me.
because yeah, okay. So it's the night before the parade's Saturday morning. So let's do a little opening scene at the Friday night block party, and then we might take for our first opening scene. I'm gonna go ahead and borrow big gatherings for a moment, if I could. I will give it back to you in a moment. Big gatherings wants fun memories and a supernatural nexus, which is Hillcrest itself. What we're gonna see, and the camera kind of pans up. We see our 5 young. Can't really call them heroes. We see our 5 queer monsters amidst a whole bunch of other students of Grossmont Community College. Some of them are wearing T-shirts that have like rainbow print on them for the LGBT student union for Grossmont Community College. We're all too cool for that, but I would like to think. And we're all really, really excited. There's been a big gathering around a massive flagpole, which has in front of the LGBT Center on Harvey Milk Way in downtown Hillcrest, the heart of Hillcrest. This flagpole is huge. It's maybe like 2 stories high, with a massive flag that has been updated to include the trans colors and brown and black with the triangle. The Unity Pride flag, some people call it, has replaced the full Pride flag. The trans flag is right underneath it, just as big and bold, and also a flag that some of you might recognize that puts a smile on Isaiah's face, which is a blue and black with a red heart, which some may know as Leather Pride. Is also right below the trans flag, and a whole bunch of people are gathering around. The entire block has been kind of cordoned off. Their stage is getting ready, set up, but the flagpole itself is kind of being left open to the community. There's a beautiful placard there with a memorial to Harvey Milk, of which the main road is made of. And I want to say that it's in that little mini park area where the placard is and where the flagpole is, where our characters are all kind of leaning and hanging out and trying to figure out what they're going to do. Okay, so are we all 21 here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably right
Definitely.
at 21. This is the year to let loose for Iris.
Oh, yeah, and okay. All right, I just wanted to
If we all are.
Yeah. No, Isaiah's asking in character. He's like, we're all 21.
Perfect.
Are we all 21 or over?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Pretty sure.
All right, I just wanted to make sure because, this is our night. We're going to have a good time.
What's first?
I I don't know. So there's the block party, and that is gonna end at like 10 or 11, and it kicks off around 7. And right now it's and then I'm gonna hand big gatherings back to you. What time is it? What are we dealing with? What's going on?
Ooh, let's say okay, kicks off at 7. Maybe this is we finished our day of like we have to do stuff. So maybe we're around like 5:36. We got a little bit of time to prep, hydrate up if we need to, whatever, before the festivities really kick off. But it is already the crowd is gathering.
So, Atlas, are you
Yeah.
finally gonna? You want to go over to Humanity and shop for harnesses before the block party?
I run
put my
away.
hand on Atlas's shoulder. Oh, okay. No. I was gonna try.
I don't think I fully run away. One of my weak moves is you run away. But I don't want to be running away all the time. So I'm going to do a soft runaway where I just hide behind someone else. I'm only 5 foot, so anyone who's taller than 5 foot can volunteer.
You can stand behind the wall that is Santiago.
I stand behind the wall and I completely disappear.
Just babe.
Just need to ease into it.
Babe.
Still more?
I know you're there. As he just sort of stands there and he's just sort of like,
I just I don't know. Harnesses I'll
get one if you do it.
I work with my dress.
So I'm gonna make a regular move. And Isaiah rolls his eyes, reaches over, touches your wrist, and I'm going to make the move casually disregard someone else's feelings and start dragging them towards Humanity.
Okay. I have wobbly legs, so like I'm like kind of like I'm behind you trying to keep up because my legs don't work very well.
Iggy, what do you think? What is your character up to? Like in response to like this?
I feel like I'm a regular move, stare unblinkingly through someone, so I'm just kind of not really sure how to feel about it, but I'll go, because, I mean, leather can't be, like, the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
I think Iris in game is also kind of giggling at this like just difference in feelings around me. I'm just like
I feel like
man.
Santiago is just like that kind of person where they just stare like they just don't say anything.
Oh my god.
Can we do a montage? Y'all
Yes,
gotta
let's
try
do a
them on. It'll be
montage.
like a
Yeah.
90s prom movie.
Yeah. So Humanity is this really amazing, like, it's mostly for like gay men, but they have the LGBT pride t-shirts, they have designer underwear, they have harnesses, they have like all kind like t-shirts that say like incredibly crass and inappropriate but sexy like gay things like boy and top. And at the front of the store is I'm going to say I'm going to have some fun with family life. I've decided that Iris has a gay cousin who works at Humanity and is like a really, we're going to say his name is Diego. And Diego is just a little bit like thick and dark hair, dark eyes, wearing like a cute little like a fishnet top with like a vest over it, and then like it's all like white and black, and like shorts, black capri shorts that roll up with like rainbow on it, and like nice Doc Martens that are all kind of sparkly and glittery, and he's got like a chain with a padlock on it and like an eyebrow piercing, and he like looks up from the counter and he's like, oh, what are you doing here? And like just sort of comes across the room and gives Iris a huge hug, just wiggling
He's probably
his
like
butt.
much taller than me too, so just like
Yeah.
lift it up.
And then like his butt has, it's at that point you guys see like there's like a silver lame heart like on the butt, and it says spank me like above it. And he's like, ah, what are you doing here?
We're here for a movie montage.
You're here for a movie montage? You came into
Yes.
humanity for a movie. Who is your friend? Like looking at Saya.
We're going to try on clothes. Montage.
Good. Let me show you the chain. I am okay. Not
Can
the
I
gatherings.
say that
Yes, go
during
ahead.
this montage, Atlas, not understanding the like kink or like gay community words yet, because he loves forest ecology, is like, I really want this shirt that says bear.
Sweet babe. Sweet babe.
I'm going to
Get
make the
this
family.
shirt.
I'm going to make the family life move. Ask a probing question as your cousin Diego leans over to you and says, "Does he know?" Like,
To make it
Looks
very
off
clear,
for a
Atlas is
while.
completely hairless because fish.
Yeah.
And also like so skinny.
Like, no, I think they just really like forests.
right, I got it. And he like comes with this T-shirt that's like a tank top, and it's like baby powder blue, and it says himbo, but in the pink Barbie logo on it.
Yeah. There's just like very excited head shakes from Iris.
You're
Like,
not,
that's the
you're
one.
not a bear, honey. You want this. Just like
Oh.
hands it over to them.
Is himbo like a type of bear?
Isaiah will
haven't learned
put
about all
his
the bears
arm over
yet.
your shoulders. No, it's a play on bimbo, which is a very
I definitely
beautiful.
know what that is.
A bimbo is it's actually kind of a bad word, but it's subversive. Like himbo
We're taking
tends
it
to
back.
be. Yeah, it tends to be like, I don't know, really sexy guy with a heart of gold that doesn't read a lot of books.
I don't know if my heart is made out of gold, but that sounds good.
Awesome. Oh, wait a minute. I think you might have used my lure. Hold on. My lure is trust. A new way to trust me? I should know this. I played this game enough. Lore, whenever someone invites you or demonstrates a new depth of trust in you, do you guys consider this a new depth of trust? Or is the fashion too shallow?
I mean,
There's a lot of trust that has to be placed here for me.
Yeah. Yeah, go
fashion
ahead.
is usually
Take a token.
indicative to something deeper sometimes. So here we
Yeah.
are,
Yeah, take a token, Atlas, for my lure. He's like, okay, all right. I am going to take a step back. What would everybody else like to do?
I think I will kind of like, after saying hello to Diego and kind of just like stepping back, watching whatever happens between the love triangle or polyamory. Hasn't been decided yet. Are we still in the beginning stages here?
We're in the beginning
where
stages.
that
We're
goes.
figuring it out.
I think, kind of like hangs back and is probably standing near Santiago and just like, does anything catch your eye?
This whole kind of store catches my eye. It's not really something that I come to very often.
Neither, honestly. But It's very interesting. I think her eye like keeps going probably to like something shiny. You know, like when there's so much noise everywhere, sometimes you do just revert to child shiny attraction happen. Like, you know, maybe a section where there are some like different like pendants or things. And I have a weak move because I want some tokens, baby.
Yes, let's make it messy.
Yeah. And it's even more fun because it's my cousin working at the store currently. I have make a weak move, try to steal something and get caught in the act.
Okay.
So I think there's this distraction kind of like walking over and like, you know, talking to Santiago, but is just like going through these different like necklaces, maybe, you know, different symbols, pride colors, whatever, just shiny objects. Maybe doesn't even really fully realize she's stealing it, but is putting one on.
Yeah, your cousin is going to ask you a probing question and say, girl, you going to pay for that?
No.
Okay, we have baskets up front that started, you know, earlier in the year and just kind of wiggles the hat and brings a tray. Whatever you want, put it in the tray and then you can hand it to me to purchase later with my discount.
Okay. Just starts handfuls of things, grabbing shirts, like the hat is overfilling. It's like,
That's what I thought.
add it to my tab.
No, I will. I'm going to introduce a new obligation or commitment to deal with. Oh, by the way, your mother's marching with P-Flag tomorrow, so I hope you have fun with that. All right, come on, guys, let's close out.
Just
and you look at your
dies
phone,
a little.
and it literally goes ding as you see a message from your mom with a whole bunch of like other like older people wearing P-Flag t-shirts with like they're at like a poster making party, and she's like, "I'm so excited to march in the parade with you."
And fully in that young kid, like, oh, I don't want my mom here, like vibe. It's just like, I'm just gonna put that in my pocket for just a little bit.
Yeah, you see Isaiah just kind of hand over credit card to your cousin, and like Iris, like, you look like somebody kicked your dog. You need me to kill somebody for you? As I make the weak move, it's so ridiculous. I should know better. I make the weak move. Oh no, never mind. That's a witch move. Take that back. I'm going to say, in character, I'm going to say, you want me to kill somebody for you as a joke? I'm going to ask you above table, what about you makes me uncomfortable?
What about me makes you? Oh, okay.
What about me makes you uncomfortable?
Yeah.
As Isaiah is staring at you and just casually mentions that he'd kill someone.
I think that, you know, the tell is the sparkle, and she has these smart smirking eyes. Like, I think a lot of it is in the eyes that it kind of lives. And I think it is one of those where like the sparkle that's normally sitting on her cheek moves to her eyes, and it's just this like bright gold glow, just piercing. Like the whole like loopy la la, like I'm just here for a good time in my own world drops. And it's just like stare, dead serious, like, oh shit, kind of look, you know, that it's like, oh.
Yeah. So
right.
this is what's called a question move, right? So question moves are kind of like your perception, and they're always answered truthfully. So like above table, without words, what would you say the answer to the question is, Taylor? Like I feel like your character's answering wordlessly, but you as a player, let me know so that I can kind of.
Yeah, I think it maybe is that very, you're not like, you almost can't forget that moment and can't move past it, because even just this little throwaway joke has brought her back to it and is making it very obvious, you know? So maybe it is just this like looming secret and knowledge that maybe isn't fully in your control or isn't released, you know?
I am going to make a week.
Okay.
I'm going to experience a flashback to my living day. As I see your expression and I can see the man that attacked us that I killed walk past the open window, because a lot of the shops in Hillcrest have open glass fronts with like the doors, and so you can see the people walking down the street, and then he just starts sort of like fast breaths, and he just freezes right there as he sees something behind you.
Could this be something? I remember we talked about magical powers, and now we're going to have to talk about it again. I have
Absolutely.
dream other people's dreams.
Yes.
Could this be a moment where I'm tapping in and like seeing what you're
Let's
seeing?
do
kind
it.
of thing?
100. Yeah, 100%. If you want to do that, like to kind of bring you into this, describe how that looks.
Yeah, I think especially in this moment where she's, oh, hey, haha, we'll go with it. The thing that scares you. I lose power. I lose control of my power for a moment, because that's another weak move. We're
let's
getting
do that.
tokens,
Let's
baby.
do that. Let's do that. And then maybe you also see the person.
Yeah. And so then I think I also turn, and I would assume I mean, I guess I can just say, because this is our game, that like Diego knows about me because we're in the same family. It is probably a very known thing.
Yeah. I'll even say that Diego and some of the jewelry that he has around his neck also has protective charms and things, so you guys can have a little bit of
that like kind of connection. So I think that it because it is a magical power that is like dreaming other people's dreams, and in that moment she's kind of lost control and has gone into that. I think she is like instinctively doing that same pause somebody spell as she looks like, follows your eye line and sees the same thing. And then I think instinctively does. It says the spell backfires with devastating side effects. Is there someone maybe outside that I've accidentally cast this on instead of this like person we
think? Yeah, absolutely.
Or one of us or something?
It's your move. You describe it. What happens to this person?
Okay.
Remember, there's no GM.
There's no GM. We do also, just because we have shitty authorities as a thing, what if it's one of the security guards is walking by?
Oh, what do you think,
I freeze
authorities?
Them.
What do you think, D?
I like that. What I have to pick up from here, what the authority does.
Yeah. You don't have to use a move. The setting elements are also like, I want to add a little flavor. So like,
I'm basically kind of like stopping them in their tracks, but it backfires. So whatever we think maybe goes wrong in this moment, other than the fact that it's the wrong person I'm doing it on.
Maybe they collapse.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I would say like maybe there's a security guard by the door or something, just like, making sure that no one does anything. They're not saying anything except for standing there. And then this whole interaction happens and they just kind of like stop like and then fall to the floor really quickly, just kind of out of nowhere.
Hey, what was that?
Is this guy okay? And then Santiago, like firefighter, just runs right over, seeing if they need like any sort of medical attention, like CPR or anything of the sort.
I think I just grab Isaiah's hand, probably way too strong, but is frozen in place herself.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Are we? Yeah, let's just pay and go, and it just suddenly like there's just like this like very like unrestrained sense of panic, like something is truly. I'm going to slightly modify a weak move. I'm going to take the weak move, take a temper tantrum, but what I'm actually going to do is have an anxiety attack. Is that okay with the group? And okay.
I think it's okay.
So he's having a flight response. He's like, I need to get out of here. He like just sort of like he's not directly impatient with Diego, but he suddenly, what was a fun fashion montage, something has spooked Iris and Isaiah, and they are trying to get out of here as quickly as possible. Diego is kind of with you. and is just trying to get you out of there. And he literally takes like a Saint Christopher like medallion, from the part of y'all's family that are from Mexico, and just takes it off. And he's like, "Go have a good pride, sweetheart. Okay, don't worry. Your little friend, is looking to him. I have first aid training. We'll figure it out. Okay, you guys go outside, get a breath. Go down to Daddy's Hot Dogs. Go get something to eat on me." And like goes in and like just kind of shoves money in your hand, and like lets you go and nods.
I think like as the medallion kind of gets put on and he's talking me down is when my eyes kind of start to go back to that normal color, and it's like, okay, yeah. And then we'll just kind of look, still panicked, but not not magic eyes, panic eyes, to both like Atlas and Iggy. Like, you want to go get lunch?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Can I actually request that there was a scene that happened during that we didn't even notice it?
Yes. We're gonna let's all take a step back. Everybody, look at your setting elements, and let's let Iggy and Atlas have a moment.
Yes.
Okay, great. I just picture me and Iggy were in a corner of the store, like where like some bracelets are or something, and I'm like, these are so pretty, aren't they? They're so shiny.
Yeah, shiny, just like you, I guess. And I start like kind of looking at Atlas, and I'm like, yeah, no, that definitely fits.
I hold a bracelet like up to Iggy's face, and I'm like, I feel like you look really good in silver. And I take. Does Iggy use he, him pronouns?
They, them.
They, great. I take their hand and like I like put the bracelet on their hand and like, yeah, that looks really good on you. You should get it.
I kind of want to use a weak move here.
Do it.
Share my suffering and loneliness with someone, leaving yourself completely vulnerable. And I stare down. I'm just like, wait, you actually like want to like do something like with me, like match and stuff, like you're this isn't like a joke, right?
Wait, oh, you want to match? Yeah, we can. I can get. I feel like gold looks better on me. So you can get the silver one, and I can get the gold one.
Yeah. That sounds good. It's not like we're like not matching all the way, but yeah, that works. Yeah, because we're silver and gold. I guess they go together. Yeah.
Yeah, and they both have like the little blue stone. I love blue. You know me.
Ooh, yeah. That's why I feel blue all the time. Yeah. That was my attempt at humor, like above table. Like that was my attempt at like making a joke.
I'm gonna do a weak move, which is go speechless in response to a simple everyday comment or question. So that joke, I have no response to that, and I'm like,
0. Filch.
What's going on over there? And that's when we notice everything happening.
Oh, yeah.
I love the juxtaposition of these two scenes of like social anxiety, not sure how to interact, and like trauma.
It's just like, yeah. Where so like, does Iggy and Atlas like come along with like the rest of the group? I think that this is just sort of my opinion. I think as soon as Iris leaves, maybe the spell wears off.
Yeah, because I've calmed down, and I'm not like holding it onto it or whatever.
I'm gonna walk over as Diego, because I still have family life, to Santiago, and he's like, hey, how are they? And the guy's starting to wake up, and he's like, I got this. I'm gonna call you. Go catch up with your friends. Okay. Okay, come on, sir. Come on. I got some bottled water.
Sure? I mean,
I have first aid training. It's okay. I'm just gonna get them propped up. I'm gonna get them some water, and then I'm gonna call Pride Security. Go have fun. Go have fun. Right.
She looks like really overwhelmed for a minute, and then kind of would running away in a confused panic kind of work here.
100%. 100%.
As a
Like,
move.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's definitely gonna do that. But she'll join everyone at least. Just kind of
yeah.
completely confused on what just happened.
So Dad's Hot Dogs is like, there's like a, how do I describe it? There's a stand, right? There's no like building to walk into. It is literally like a window that you walk up to, and then there's a placard of a hot dog with like eyes and arms holding up a thumbs up, and it says, "Don't you want to put Daddy's hot dogs in your mouth?"
Yeah.
And there's this really cool jar, like a big jar, like the kind that you would put like peanut butter filled pretzels with, that's been dumped out and cleaned, and it has taped to it. Yeah, exactly like that. Except
Literally that.
yeah, except taped to it is like a very lovingly handwritten sign that says College Fund. And next to it is a picture of an older gentleman, I want to say maybe his early to mid 40s, and two teenage girls that he has an arm around. And then you see another gentleman that's taller than him, and both of the girls behind. And it's like a family photo of this lovely family and these young girls. And then you see the guy in the photo in it's Pride, so he's got like a tank top on, but he's got his apron on over that, and gloves and jeans. And he leans out of the window, and there's a line, behind everybody. And he's like, "Hey, what can I get you?" And he points to a menu, and it's got like a Russian hot dog, a Chicago hot dog, a regular hot dog. He also has like beef links as well, in case people can't have pork. Everything, lettuce, tomato, relish, like everything you can imagine of like a good like Chicago hot dog style place in this little hole in the wall thing. And then there's a big rainbow flag also like on the other side of the entrance.
I think Iris
I'm
is
gonna do a
still
regular move,
Oh yeah,
and I'm gonna study someone else's every move to figure out what hot dog is normal to get.
Yes.
I feel like to follow that up, Santiago has to be the first one to get the biggest hot dog that she can find.
It's called the Big Daddy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like this huge knotwurst that's like this big, like essentially served on a hoagie roll.
I then get the exact same hot dog, and it's like bigger than my hand. I have to hold it with two hands.
Oh my gosh.
And and he'll ask, it's just like, all right, you want onions, you want peppers, you want Russian dressing, like it's
Same one.
yeah, same exact one. Okay.
Same one.
I think that Santiago would be like, surprise me. And
all right. And so you get like the Big Daddy, but he converts a Big Daddy into this one's killing me because I've a Russian or Chicago. They're both very good.
Chicago.
We're gonna go for a Chicago hot
think-
dog. Chicago style.
I
What do you
think that
think?
since this is way too big for me, I do ask if anyone wants to share. Does anyone want to share this?
Yes, please. Still just like staring at the medallion, just like uninterested in food. But it's like
she'll fuck with a Chicago
Question.
style hot dog.
Yeah, it's just onions and just peppers, and there's like banana peppers, and it's just absolutely delicious. So good.
Question.
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
Is there a Tijuana style street hot dog on the menu?
Yes, there is. There is a Bacon Rock TJ hot dog on the menu. But as he hands it to you, he's like, "Hey, get this from me. But after we close, support the people on the street. They're hardworking people."
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I get slammed during Pride, and their stuff is just as good as mine. And he just got a little twinkle in his eye as he, takes the money and hands you a TJ style hot dog. For those of you who do not know what a TJ style hot dog is, it is a hot dog that is wrapped in bacon and fried. The bacon is like actually like cooked, wrapped around it. And it's typically served with onions and peppers, hot, not cold. And you know, and you add whatever you want, but the onions and peppers are, and it's usually served on like a pretty sizable bun. But they're
There are
delicious.
some
He does have
nights,
those.
like we're not even out on the downtown or anything. We're like, let's just go to get a hot dog. We're in line with everyone that's been drinking all night in our pajamas. Like, no.
It's a huge Southern California thing, and this is something. As the sun starts to go down, while you guys are outside of Daddy's Hot Dogs, and he mentions that, you can see like on the corners, especially in front of all the bars, all of these vendors are all quietly starting to set up like booths and little, what I would call like ice cream carts, but they're not ice cream carts. They're like hot dog carts, but they're tiny, and like it's all getting set up. And it's a bizarre juxtaposition as you guys see all these like mostly white and Latino LGBT people filling up the neighborhood, just sort of huddled around all these little old Mexican ladies and old, you know, Mexican abuelos, like cooking them TJ hot dogs. Sorry, I got sidetracked, but food is delicious.
Yeah. I want to use
Go ahead.
a regular move. I want to, as I bite into it, knowing in my mind what it's supposed to taste like, and just realize it doesn't taste like anything. And I just want to fake my emotions almost convincingly and just go, oh my god, this is so good. I love these hot dogs. They're amazing. You should definitely try one. But then you just see this like slightly like dejected and almost sound sarcastic.
I think I'm going to do a regular move and ask, what social cues am I misunderstanding here?
Oh, which one of us are you asking?
I think Iggy specifically, because Iggy sounds so sad, but is saying that they're very excited.
No, it's delicious. I truly, but I just can't really taste anything. It's just.
Oh,
it's
do
just.
you have?
Well, it's
Do you
just
have
not.
the
I guess
smell
it's
thing?
just. Yeah, I guess it's just not. It's just not how I remember it, I guess.
Do you want to share some of mine? There's enough for 3 people here.
Okay, that might help.
I could help, maybe, if you're okay with it or open to it.
Yeah. Yeah, because yours looks really good.
Iris, are you sure?
Mm-hmm. I
I mean,
usually
it's
find
fried. If
that
there's
when
if there's any
have
night to
an
come out,
outburst.
it's this one.
What? Oh,
Look, we
do
all
y'all
know
not
that.
know? Like she's
No,
forgotten if
she's
people
like-
know or not.
Look. He like looks over, and now at this point, I think maybe we're at the curb, and like the sun's starting to go down, and the crowd in front of Daddy's Hot Dogs is getting bigger. Isaiah is going to take action, leaving yourself vulnerable. So he's going to say, I mean, we all know that we're different, and I'm not necessarily talking about the whole queer thing.
I've
But
not been quiet about that.
none of us have really made any talk about it. Do you guys want to talk about it, or do you just want to try and have fun tonight? Because I saw something in humanity, which is why I freaked out. And I just don't want us going into our first Pride, like not really being honest with each other.
Iggy to speak up, and this is a weak move. Share suffering and loneliness with someone, leaving yourself completely vulnerable. And I just go, well, I'm sure everyone's seen the scars on my face, and there's no really cool way of saying this. I'm dead, technically. As far as like the scars and everything, I'm just made up of other people, and that is weird, and I don't know how to cope with that, and I have been hiding that from all of you and trying to figure out how to act normal. And
I'm gonna make a weak move, and I'm gonna ask an above table question. And I think the way I'm gonna flavor this is, you know how I have the vampire power to accidentally hear people's thoughts. I kind of want to look and have, as you're telling the story, I'm going to make the weak move. What makes you immune to the danger I bring? And what makes you immune to the danger I bring?
Okay.
So, like, what kind of flashes enter my mind? Like, do I get like? I'm gonna leave it up to you. Like, how does that manifest? How do I get that knowledge?
Like as far as like maybe just like the blood just doesn't course through my veins.
Yeah, maybe blood doesn't course through your veins. Maybe like I don't get any sustenance. Maybe you're just as strong as I am.
Ooh, like, yeah, because I wouldn't have been. Maybe wouldn't have tested that necessarily.
Yeah. So it's up to you. What do you think?
I definitely agree with like the whole. There's just not enough nutrients to keep you satiated. Like there's just not much flow in there. I understand. Yeah, Atlas?
Can I use the abyss?
Yes.
This seems like a time to do that.
Please
okay,
do.
Explain what that is.
So the abyss is, go ahead and read the little prompt above the abyss, and then read its 2 desires.
Okay, maybe you draw a pentacle in the dirt with your finger, chanting words in a language you don't actually speak. Maybe you get high and slip into an alternate consciousness, or commune with demonic voices in the woods, or simply black out during history class. Regardless of the details, we all do it. Get lost in darkness. Ask questions we don't want to know the answers to, gaze into the abyss. And do you want me to reveal the desires?
Yes.
Self-indulgence and true understanding without judgment.
This kind of pairs with, I think, because I was thinking Iris just wants to help by kind of making a hallucination, essentially, so you can like taste the things again. But maybe we'll use, because I have the weak move of gaze into the endless mysteries of the abyss. So maybe while I'm trying to interact or understand what's happening,
I was gonna flood someone's mind with visions.
Yes.
And honestly, I'd love to do it with, I don't know if I want to do it with Iris, but like with Isaac, Iggy, and Santiago about a time when they weren't monsters. Like flood their mind with visions of times when they weren't monsters. And then I'm supposed to ask, what do you do? And maybe with Iris, I'll flood you with visions of like your mentor teaching you magic, which might be less dark for you, but.
This fits so well with my regular move, which is stop fighting it and let the abyss wash over you.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. I feel like we've all been through a lot, and I feel like we need fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some. You guys want to like get some drinks or something?
Yeah, let's get some real drinks. I got our tickets for the block party right here. I printed them out in case our phones died. My gosh, Santiago, please lead the way.
Yeah.
The phones will be just like me.
I don't know any like good drinking places that would be in this area. I don't know anything about this area.
I sort of love the idea that you take us to Gossip Grill.
I was gonna say we could go to Tanked.
Oh, Tanked.
I work at a bar. I could probably get us a discount.
Yeah, but Tanked is all the way in Point Loma, and we'll have to leave Hillcrest because it's at the beach. Maybe we
That's
could do
true.
that on Sunday for Sunday Fun Day. Spend the whole day there.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
There's
do
a lot of
brunch.
cool places.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I-
All right. Let's make a
Brunch.
deal now. It's Friday night. We're going to Tanked on Sunday for Sunday Fun Day for brunch. Hair the dog that bit us. All right.
Yes.
Let's do this. And then
yeah.
I don't know. The music starts playing from sound check at the block party as like, you know, I'm borrowing big gatherings for a moment. Just for a minute. And then, you know, as we're just kind of strutting down the street, people are like, whoa, it's Pride, yeah, you know, and like, and, you know, occasionally people will come up to you and be like, let's take a selfie, woo! And like, there's all kinds of good times. You see all these different, oh, yes.
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just wanted to say this is probably all really overwhelming for Atlas. So I think that he like takes Isaac's arm and probably does the weak move, what should I be afraid of right now?
Oh, what you should be afraid of. You should.
Is this where I can pull up nefarious ones?
Absolutely, 100%. You should be afraid of. You're asking me the question directly, Isaiah. You should be afraid of my hunger. I am a
Okay.
shark. He is like he cares about you, but there is something inside that hunger. It's just something
Okay.
definitely something to be afraid of. And yeah, that's what I got. That's my answer. The answers to the questions change according to who at the table you ask.
Yeah.
You can also ask setting elements, by the way. Just letting y'all know, there's nothing against the rules against that.
Did you have one for nefarious ones?
Yeah, go ahead. Give us the nefarious ones. Let's get
Yeah.
messy.
So my thing is that you'll see as we walk down the path, we come across some like really just like they look like they walked out of like a magazine, like super just like tall, beautiful people. They're all like laughing and but they also look like they're looking around and they spot us and they just come up and it's just like, hey, y'all looking to have some fun?
I'm always looking to have fun. What kind of fun are we talking about?
You know, we have a friend that maybe I can introduce you to. I
what?
believe it, like you know, our friend Tina. I don't know if you know Tina.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that one.
I am going to make a strong move.
Ooh.
The move is insult someone with such artful precision that they can't help but envy or desire you. I walk
Oh my
up to these
gosh.
people and I'm just like, do I look like a fucking tweaker to you? Do I look like one of those like desperate, low self-esteem, party and play blow-up dolls who spend all of their time on Grindr? No. Your shoes are fabulous, by the way, but Tina's not invited to this party. And then I walk off.
I flip them off and then follow.
I run
I feel
away
like-
in embarrassment.
The group will
Santiago
definitely
has
just
to give
be
a
like,
high five to that.
the group is definitely like, damn, okay, like, geez, you just wanted to see, go on and have some fun. As they kind of walk away, and they were trying to like, still kind of like, chest puffed out, just be like, well, you know, you didn't have to just like, you know, just be rude about it or whatnot, and kind of looking for maybe the next unsuspecting group as they walk on.
I think that I would like to maybe also a strong move.
You got
Also,
this.
then kind of like altering it a bit.
You
Shut
got
someone
this.
down with your cruelest words. I don't think she's actually saying anything. I think she's causing a hallucination, a little mass group hallucination of the worst freaking drug trip they could imagine, to the point they aren't going to want to give this to other people. She's like, you're not going to hurt people here. Wait, it like walked away and then got it and was like, hold on, no, and then turned back around. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely trying to not be kind of noticed, but is probably very awkwardly standing in the middle of the street, just like staring at them, like Wednesday Addams creepy is happening as they're having just not a good time.
I am going,
and they're just like, dude, what's going on, dude?
There's like music coming out of. Oh yeah, you know what? I think would Santiago take us to a lesbian bar?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so I think Santiago should take us to Gossip Grill, which is the lesbian bar in Hillcrest currently, and for the past like 20 years, sadly. But it's kind of has if I can give you guys a little bit of San Diego flavor, Gossip Grill has like an outdoor area, like an outdoor bar, but also an indoor area and a big, huge patio outside. And it is a restaurant and a bar, and it has a dance floor and a stage. And it is kind of like women and femmes first, essentially. This is a bar for lesbian women, bisexual women, pansexual women. There are very few men that attend this bar, except during Pride. But it's more of like straight men do not go to this bar. Gay men go to this bar. Trans men go to this bar. But this is not. This is like a woman's face first. It's like the girls run worlds of bars. Okay. Shout out to my sisters over there at that channel. Otherwise, go wild. Like, if you would like to borrow big gatherings from Taylor to take that basis.
I was going to do a big gathering move to maybe put someone in the spotlight abruptly, unexpectedly, and maybe whoever's running the like DJing knows Santiago, and so when she comes in, the spotlight literally, not metaphorically, turns to Santiago as yeah, there's some sort of like song going on, and who maybe it's someone else from the fire station. Like maybe this is
like
their
DJ.
night to get loose. Yeah, this DJ, this is their like cut loose activity, and is probably doing the and Santiago's in the house and like music jams, yeah, and everything, and then it's probably like, come on, Santiago, come on up and like show us your best moves. And it was trying to kind of egg you on and keep you in the spotlight.
Some Four Girls by Hailey Aiko starts playing.
What would this person's name be? I'm trying to think of a name really quick. I think the only name I can come up with is like Barnes. Like the last name, like
Barnes,
Santiago's like Barnes.
Yeah.
Barn.
Yeah, I like it. I was going with Kelly just because I know
Kelly
a lesbian
Barnes.
firefighter named Kelly.
Kelly Barnes.
Goes with it.
Kelly
Barnes.
Barnes is a good, strong lesbian.
Right?
It really
It is.
is.
It's very good.
Yeah. What do you do?
Pick me up and throw me over your shoulder, Kelly Barnes. All right.
Yeah.
I feel like Santiago's immediately just like overwhelmed, overstimulated by the fact that there's right now a spotlight as she just came in the door. Like she just got in here.
Eyes haven't even adjusted to the light yet, and it's like
yeah. So she's like blocking her eyes, but I feel like she's being told to dance. She wanted to get some drinks, but I think she's being told to dance, so I feel like she has to almost keep up, like make this challenge or something. I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to use a move, turn someone on by working up a sweat.
Oh
Yes!
Santiago starts dancing.
Yes.
Just those pheromones, just like poor Kelly Barnes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Um,
What do you think like the relationship with like Kelly would be in like in like other work since like is it one of those like fun rivals? Is it like fun rivals but like flirting? Is it like we're just like bros and she knows this is going to get under my skin so she's pushing buttons? Like what do you think would be the
I think the last option. I think
Okay.
that would be it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
What?
do a regular move, and I'm gonna do fascinate someone with your ethereal motions. So when Santiago starts dancing, everyone is shocked when this person who can barely walk is like actually like a really good dancer and like starts like dancing to the music.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
Ooh. Okay. I am going. Woo, I'm gonna take action and leave myself vulnerable, and as Isaiah is going to start dancing with start dancing as well with their with Atlas, and it's just like
Are
really
you
like
taller than me? Probably, because you're 5. Because
probably
I'm
yeah
5 foot.
yeah I'm
I try
probably
to
like
put my
6'1"
arms
or
around your
6'2".
neck or as close as I can get, even though you're
Yeah.
6'2". So it's more like the shoulders.
I'm going to make another regular move, and I want to ask above table, but I'll know in character. Remember, that's how it works. You can answer above table, like your perception. I want to ask, what about me you find exciting?
Oh, my thing just said my battery was low. But I heard what you said. I was just a
Yeah.
little shocked. I think it's just like exciting.
What part of me do you find battery low?
Battery low? What battery low do you find exciting? I think I just find it exciting that you're like so like you have such a strong personality and you're willing to like go for what you want, and it makes me feel like more steady in the sense that like I know that you're always going to take the lead.
Yeah. I'm going to get closer, but I want to make space for everybody else to do things. So I'm going to go over to Iggy. Like, Iggy, how are you feeling? And then if we could go over to Iris after Iggy, how's that sound? You know, I just want to keep it. I want to keep it bouncing around, and then after Iris, let's take a little break. You know, let's take a break. Let's take a breath. There's a lot of emotions going on, and we haven't even gotten to the parade yet. So let's take a breath. Iggy, that's some chaos. Lay it on us.
I definitely feel like also, well, first off, Iggy is just like standing there, just kind of looking around, staring, and then decides, you know, gotta usually take action, leaving yourself vulnerable. And I just say, fuck it, we ball, and just kind of starts moving, but like in a really awkward sort of like no rhythm sort of way. You know, trying to stay on beat, but just like it's almost kind of like the body's not quite. It's like there's a little bit of a disconnect.
Ooh. I'm just going to do a quick reactive move, if that's okay. I am going to reveal an unexpected hobby or fascination, and Isaiah's into it. Isaiah's into it, and Isaiah's going to start dancing with both of you on the dance floor. Like I feel like because of this connection we've made, that there's an argument to be made. We're both dead. We're just dead in different ways.
Mm.
And also the fact that like I can connect with you and it not be about food.
Yeah.
So I have like all of a sudden like and it doesn't diminish what's going on with Atlas. It's very much it's pride, this beautiful non-binary person, and this awesome like a hunk, and like that just Isaiah wants it all. Isaiah is going through it and wants to have a good time. Do you yeah, go ahead. That's what I got.
I was about to say, and then this leads to my other regular move, and I guess this is going to be to both of you, but mainly maybe towards Atlas, and it's just like, do you notice me?
Yes, absolutely. Of course I do.
All right, Iris. What are we doing?
Yeah.
We're all getting down. We're all having a great time in the lesbian bar. What's up?
It's so great. Yeah, I think that, she is letting the sparkles sparkle, but I have a strong move that you're like taking up presence. I'm not doing that much, but it's like the beginning stages of that, letting that magic out a little bit. But I think, in the fun, in the party, kind of forgetting what all has happened, does start to kind of get into it and start dancing. But I think Will, like, strangers are emotions she doesn't understand. They're a lot. She's not used to them yet. Y'all are having a thing. And Santiago is like an aura currently with this move that she has done.
Yes, I want to
So
know
I think,
what Iris is thinking.
yeah, like
What
Iris'
questions do you
attention
have?
is grabbed.
What questions do you have? What question moves do you have, Santiago? I know I said
So-
after Iris, but let's
Yeah.
tie this up. Yeah, what do you got?
I think that Santiago would see Iris and start dancing toward her, like all sweaty. And so she wants to know if like that regular move worked, that like turn someone on by working up a sweat, if it worked. But I'm going to use a strong move by asking what emotions can I smell on you right now, because she kind of like wants to know if she's
Ooh, yeah.
interested.
Ooh.
This works really well with one of my moves too. So yes, I think that the smell of like the fear and the panic has subsided. It has drifted away. And yeah, now it is just like this. I don't think like lust or anything, but like it is fully like attention and like curiosity. I think, just kind of that like she's coming to grab for more, is I think kind of that like that feeling there. And I think too, kind of getting lost in this and with your move, I'm gonna do a weak move of my question. Do you think there is something special about me right now? As she will like come in, grab your hand, and like join in whatever dance.
So I answer truthfully, right? Yeah, I would
Yes, always
say
truthfully. Not not in
I-
character. You do not have to answer it in character. You can answer it out of character, and the knowledge kind of floats into character through your character's like body language or the
Mhm.
script. So, what's your response?
I think that she would find you like enticing, I guess. You know what I mean? Well, what was the full question again? Can you repeat it? As well, like make
Yeah.
sure I have the whole answer.
Yeah. Do you think there's something special about me right now?
Yeah, I think that she would find you like very enticing, and you were taking up a lot of space, I think. So that was another strong move you used, right? So I think she's definitely noticing that. Just being like, oh yeah, she's owning the floor right now.
Feeling
This
it.
is amazing. So, as facilitator, we're all having a great time. And this is what I would like to do. I think we're going to take a little break. We're going to cool down. But I want to work out, the camera kind of pans back where we're all having a good time. I feel like there's a little bit of a montage of us, watching Trixie Mattel perform at the block party, watching like Alec Mappa do stand up. Various celebrities have driven from Los Angeles down to San Diego to do both the main event and to do the block party, because the block party is sponsored by the main event. DJs and, fireworks, and then Pride Parade. Now let's take a break.
And we're back.
The parade. Once again, my good friend Taylor, I'm going to borrow big gatherings. I'll give it back to you.
Absolutely.
Parade has started. We're all gathered together. We managed to get a float that has been decorated. We're all forced to wear these ridiculous matching green cotton t-shirts and green and white with rainbow font. The Griffins, good old Griffins, Grossmont Community College. Woo! So, yeah.
It's our like hand symbol. I don't know. We'll do like a claw.
Claw.
Hey.
But even though
Right.
we all have to wear these
I will take
ridiculous matching shirts, it's a blast. Like the float is like a big long trailer, and we've decorated it with. How have we decorated it, guys? How did we decorate it? How did the student union decorate it?
A giant dildo.
No,
probably not.
I
All right.
as
Now let's keep it. Let's commit to it.
let's commit to it.
Just kidding.
Yes,
We should
but
commit to
Twitch
it.
community guidelines.
There is one hidden somewhere on the float, but no one knows
Yes.
where but
There
us.
should be a hidden one. Yes, we have
Yes.
a hidden large dildo.
I've put glitter on everything.
I don't
That's
know.
all I know.
Actually, you know what? I think I want to lead into that. I think that we designed this thing to look very phallic, and like the back has like a bumper, and we're like, it just has a badonkadonk. And then look, what's wrong? It's green. I think you should have like green glitter paint should be on it, and it doesn't look like a it's like
If you squint,
maybe like
okay.
if you squint, it looks like one. That's definitely what we were going for, but we had to make several design changes to get it past the administration. Otherwise, they weren't going to. So it looks like a long, like there's the truck that's being driven, and then there's the flatbed trailer, and then around it is just this float thing cylinder. I will say it looks kind of like a rocket, right? A rocket.
It has a
Oh my
throne
God.
on it.
Yeah, and it's green, and then it has like rainbow glitter, like paint shimmer over it. And then there's all these streamers,
Yeah.
all the streamers we tape them in a way that they flow in the wind and they make the flag. And we've got like the bi flag, and we've got the trans flag, and we've got the rainbow and the brown, and it's just like, and we're all sort of standing on this trailer, and there's like a little, area in the center where somebody has their wheelchair kind of launched in it, so they can, still participate and wave. Carrie, she's struggling, but she's part of the community, and we wanted to support her. And we're all just on the back of the train, and everyone's applauding on either sides of the street. People are holding up signs, horns are honking. We're making our way down University. So I'm going to hand it back to Big Gatherings. I'm going to hand that back to you. I'm going to take up family. As you guys notice, coming up behind you guys, is a whole bunch of your parents and extended family, with the exception of Atlas and Iggy, in the P flag line, because of course they're going to put the community college in front of the local chapter of P flag, and you can see all of your parents with the matching T-shirts holding up banners like "I love my queer son" and "I love my trans daughter," and "accept your children or your parent card is taken away," free hugs, and like
I fucking love these parents.
your phones start to both Iris and Santiago's and Isaiah's phones just start bing 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 bing. I'm not going to describe what happens in Isaiah's, but Iris. And it's funny because your phones kind of echo when you open up the message, and it is literally your parents holding up the phone, in the parade, and showing the parade around, and then flipping it around, and they're like, "Hi, honey, we see you. Look, it's our children. See, we see you." And then you can see yourselves
It was like,
Oh my gosh.
What do you do?
I think that Santiago has an air horn, is blasting this air horn nonstop while waving around the flag.
I just moved my phone closer and closer to Santiago, and I'm like, I can't hear you, Mom, but thanks. Love you, bye.
Isaiah's like, what was that? Your parents too?
Mom's very excitable.
I just thought, I know their hearts are in the right place. Fucking in the
But she's dyed her hair for the event. She's
What?
gone all
No.
out.
Are you serious?
just like a rainbow. I'm like, it's not even that good.
I mean,
It's running.
it's just loves you.
I know.
Things have been weird since your Grams passed, you know? Like,
Just like trying to fill the very
oh
big
God,
hole.
no.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do a weak move, and I'm gonna gaze into the lonely void of the abyss.
Oh my gosh.
Who are you handing
Right
the
now?
abyss to? You have to
I'm
hand the
going
abyss
to-
to somebody.
I'm gonna hand the abyss to Isaac.
Oh, okay. I will take the abyss. So you're sinking into the lonely void of the abyss. You're looking around, and everything just kind of slows down a bit.
Yeah, like watching everyone like be like, oh, my parents, and blah blah blah. And,
You
like,
start feeling all this energy pulse, and it's coming from where you're headed, and it's getting straight. Like it's like you haven't felt magic like this, like raw supernatural magic like this. You were still in the ocean and the cleanest, most untouched waters. There is a nexus point of power that is gathering, that is using this celebration. Because when you lived under the ocean, you would have celebrations that would raise energy and release, that would cleanse the water, that would heal poison plants. And this is very, very similar. Like you can literally like feel all of the negative energy and all of the trauma just kind of swirling around and being burned away through like pure joy. But you also know that where there's great power, there may be something coming. You can sense like hills on the edges of your perception, beings that are feasting and feeding and building on all the trauma and the passion that is going on. You're not the only supernatural creatures here. Your friends, who now, as you open yourself to the abyss, are radiating with magical energy. Like you can see that like iris, sparkles and looks almost like she has the same energy as the ancient sea crones who channel the old magics in the heart of the ocean. It's not the same, but it has that same kind of wild witch vibe. And then look over at Iggy, and you can just sort of, it's a kaleidoscope of shadows, right? Different pieces of souls stitched together create something entirely new, but cold. And then you just see an aura of a massive, majestic wolf just radiating around Santiago as she just announces, like, we will not be erased, as while flying, the pride flag. And then Isaiah, you see a creature, an entity. It has claws, it has red eyes, it has fangs. It's covered in brown fur. It's like bipedal, but also quadrupedal at the same time, and it's lean, and it just turns and looks directly at you and lunges at you. What do you do?
I think I am
Isaiah
going to
doesn't
do
lunge at you.
a
The creature inside him does. Letting you know.
no, absolutely. I think I am going to do a strong move and vanish without a trace.
Oh, okay. I would like to pivot the rest of the group. Is there anything that major that we want to happen when we arrive at the heart of the supernatural nexus, which is the intersection of 6th Avenue and University? Is there anything we want to do before we get there? Iggy, what do you think?
So everyone's parents are around, is that correct?
Well, I specifically excluded Iggy and Adam because I know Iggy is composited of multiple people and was created.
Yes.
And I excluded Atlas. However, if you, I have family, so if you have an adopted parent or a guardian or a member of your found family, they would probably be marching with them if you would like them to.
Okay. Yeah, I just okay, I feel like whoever's parent is wearing like the free hugs, like I'm your parent now
Yeah.
t-shirt. I feel like I want to use a weak move, share my suffering
ahead.
and loneliness with someone, but instead of like verbally sharing, I just like
No,
kind
it's
of walk
like,
up.
yeah. You walk up to this person, and in this moment, I'm going to rule this NPC as your parent because they're holding up the sign, and they hand the sign to someone else, and they just wrap you in their arms, and then they just sort of like as the waves of despair and like the tears are coming down, they just sort of hold you there in that moment, and they just like absorb it. And then I am going to make a move as family life. I'm going to give advice that doesn't quite line up with the reality of the situation. And this older woman is going to say, "It's okay. I took a very long time for you to come around, but I believe in my heart that there is a part of your parent that love you. They're lying to themselves. They are lying to themselves. I love you. I'll say it for them." And then she just holds you close. What do you do?
Oh, would this count as stop fighting it, let the abyss wash over you? I feel like would that
if you want to open your mind more to sort of these visions and sort of like the supernatural threat, then yeah, you could do that if you wanted to do that.
yeah, I definitely want to do that because maybe it will be cathartic if I do that.
Okay. I am going to put down family and I'm going to pick up the abyss again, unless someone else would like to pick up the abyss and feels moved to narrate.
I'm liking watching the story.
All right, I got you. All right, no. I'll do it. I just want to make sure that there's space for other people in case they had an idea. So you just let go. You let go of the pain, even though that it didn't really line up, and you just see a kaleidoscope of people, of parents, of couples from different places, time periods, just a pattern of you see every single person that was responsible for parenting the people you were. You just feel this like massive web of extended family that you can feel tethered to your soul and to your body. And that is what you see. And the vision kind of ends as the woman like lets you go, and it's like, come on, honey, let's get you back to the float. What are your pronouns again?
Okay.
Do we need a minute?
I'm just trying to think about how to react to this.
All good. All good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Fine. Take the time you need.
Because I was about to say, it's like it's not really closure, but it does feel like I finally have like an answer a little bit.
Mhm.
Can I add
And
to what you said as the abyss?
Yes, I'm going to hand the
Yes.
abyss back to you, and
Oh, cool.
I will go ahead, make whatever moves you want. You can add things.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give the abyss maybe its desire of like true understanding without judgment. And I think there is a part of you that comes to this realization that every part of you, including the parts that seem mismatched and the parts of you that are dark and the parts of you that are light, are all connected and come from the same place, which is just like you and who you are, like at your core. And the fact that you are a person with a soul, even if you're an undead person who just wants to connect. That's all I have.
I feel like in response to that, I kind of want to apply my strong move, which is carefully and meticulously satiate my hunger, my hunger for basically closure and answers to those who knew me. And I kind of want to apply it in the sense of like, this is like the first step of like accepting everything that's happened and feeling like there's like finally a spot where I can like move forward.
How does that manifest visually? Or is this just like a string of thoughts that you're having to yourself as this kind woman is walking you back to the float?
I feel like because Iki wears like oversized like hoodies and sweaters, and this whole time they've had like their hood kind of obscuring a lot of their face, and I feel like it's the first time that anyone's really seen them like kind of pull down their hood and kind of let their hair down. You see the hair is like a little again mismatched, like one half of it is like shaved really close, the other is just kind of long, and it's kind of multiple different, like it's like not really like any one color. Like it's a little, it's like it's blonde in some areas and it's like dark brown in some areas.
Like a calico.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
my
like it
goodness.
looks like a really weird dye job.
Your hair
Your
hair is absolutely lovely. Did you do that for Pride as they help you hop onto the slow moving and like a couple of the beefier, kinesthesia majors that are great allies, because they like pull you up onto the.
Are they also wearing the himbo shirts?
I did this for Pride. Yeah.
Yeah. Isaiah's gonna be like, your hair looks great. Why are you hiding that? Who cares? It is too hot.
I don't know. I legitimately don't know how to answer that.
It's all good.
In character, don't know how to answer that.
I think Iris, still in like a little bit of a far off gaze, does kind of look at you and you're like, you feel better.
Thank you. I am better.
Good to hear. Really, really good to hear. Oh man, it is so freaking hot. I'm done. And then like he reaches down and like just takes his shirt off, just gleaming and glistening, just showing off like all his muscles and everything. And he looks over at Iggy, and he like smiles, like kind of showing everything off. And I'm going to ask the above table question. What about me do you find exciting? As he uses his vampiric kind of empathy to kind of just try and like maybe read your mind a little bit, see how you feel about his half naked form.
I feel like there's a moment of like, damn, daddy.
Can I ask, is there something that that Santiago can throw?
Yes.
Like maybe like a cold beer or something?
Yes.
Are you
Can I use a weak move and hurt somebody you love by accident by throwing a beer can at Isaiah so hard that it hurts him?
Yes. And just like boom,
with that unnatural strength of hers, she accidentally hurts him.
You just kind of see.
Is like,
see
are you
just
kind
kind of
Cullen because you're like a vamp daddy? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm just kind of going like this, and
I feel like I have glitter still on me from building this float too. That I'm blowing some onto him to just add to the stereotype.
like right on my chest. Like, oh, it's gonna get stuck in my chest hair. Oh well.
I feel like if Iggy could still blush, and maybe they do just like a little bit, but just very subtly, they would. And the thing that I noticed the most is just kind of like this understanding of like you also as like a fellow somewhat undead creature, but you have such a zest for life, and that doesn't seem to ever slow you down. And that is something that I finally like understand. That maybe I didn't quite understand when I first met you.
You know what? I think we all get a token because we all are watching you indulge in your hunger for the first time.
That's right.
Everybody gains a token. Except for, of course, yes. Thank you for giving us all a token. Thank you for sharing that with us. That was amazing. I love moments like this. This is why I facilitate this game. All right. So, as we arrive at the supernatural nexus, we just feel energy vibrate and hum. Abyss or big gatherings. Would either of you what's happening? What are we seeing? Or would you like to put it down and have somebody else pick it up? Because we are entering the heart.
I think that like the heart of the festival, if we're talking about like the negative energy that dwells here, I think that any negative energy that dwells here would come from like doubt and insecurity and loneliness and disconnection from community. So I think that like those feelings are swirling around, kind of in the air, like as the abyss. And I think that there are definitely like some people who are like slightly being overtaken by it. But I think it's still, I don't know. I would also like to let anyone else also participate in this. The abyss is so big.
Yeah. I will kick it over to Big Gatherings. What do you think?
Yeah. I think, like, you already said, we're kind of buzzing. And, while there is this influence with the abyss and the doubt and everything, I think this is just such a like raging river of different like emotions and stuff that probably anyone tuned into it, Ira is probably one of them. It's just like there's so much going because with it being the supernatural nexus point, our big gatherings is also like kind of fun memories. So I feel like it's this give and take of like trying to get the attention back and forth.
Oh yeah, like yeah, like maybe our float's going past a whole bunch of shirtless people that, you know, like are all like really excited, but like right next to them somebody's crying because like their boyfriend just broke up with them at Pride because they wanted to go sleep with somebody
It's like
else.
any big gathering, you know?
Yeah,
it's going
just-
wild here. It's up
just
and
like-
downs.
Whew.
And I don't know necessarily. I mean, anyone can kind of pick up if they would like as well with big gatherings. I don't necessarily know maybe any big moves yet that I could pull out, except for maybe where is Atlas after they disappeared?
This is what I'm imagining. One of the reasons why I'm asking is because I think Atlas should just be like at the festival. Been like, where were you guys? Like, that's my idea.
Because I was kind of thinking maybe that of put someone in the spotlight, because I think, where were you? What happened? Oh my God. Maybe even just from us kind of putting Atlas in the spotlight and being like, what's up?
Yeah.
I think if there are any
And also wants
structures
to-
on,
Ask you questions.
sorry,
Yeah.
I think if there are any structures on the float, it's also possible that I was literally just behind that the whole time.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
And everyone's like, where is Atlas? And I just go,
Let's do that. Let's go with that. Let's go with put someone in the
That was
spotlight.
just funny.
And we're just like, where's Atlas?
Just around from all the waving
Babe!
like banners.
You just disappeared. Like we had like this beautiful moment. And I'm going to take action, leaving myself vulnerable, and I'm going to go up and I'm going to start making out. Attempting to make out with Atlas on the
You
float in
succeed.
front of everybody. Okay, all right.
you succeed.
Oh,
I'm making the same face as Dee, but as Iris. Just like,
oh,
oh my gosh.
okay.
Oh,
We're halfway
my
there.
God. Oh my God.
What is
First
that?
round,
Gay.
Our
Oh my
tongues
God.
fast
round
for
of
dominance.
drinks is on me when we get to the festival. I love Pride. As like confetti cannons go off, and like we're just like showered and like you know just rainbow pieces of like you know confetti cannons that just blasted off as like the music's getting louder and louder and make our way to Balboa Park.
That was
into
the
a
kind of
world.
lunging Atlas likes. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think there's like maybe like a little screen wipe away, and you know we're all on the back of the trailer, and it's slowing down as we drive around this curve into this little parking area, and everyone is sort of like getting off and slowly walking towards the festival area. Balboa Park is a massive park that takes up, it's almost as big as Central Park, very honest. And there's just this massive park area. There's 6th Avenue is right on the side. Then there's the park, and then there's huge grassy areas, occasional trees. People have set up picnics, booths. The little community, the free community carnival has kind of set things up, and everyone is sort of pushing towards the entrances. You know, for brevity's sake, like who cares? Like we ain't playing D&D. We're not counting coins here. Everybody has tickets, whether the college covered it or whether our parents paid for it or whether our jobs paid for it. Everybody has a ticket. Don't worry about that. It's not relevant to the story.
I think Iris has been collecting them because I have a regular move steal something that was left unattended. I was just like, oh, there's one on the ground. There's one on the ground.
ticket. There's another one. There's another one. Yes.
Here we go.
And you know, eventually your family members come over and give you guys hugs. And I'm gonna make and then we arrive at the festival proper. And we hand our tickets in. We're inside. There's booths from different companies. There are, you know, we're walking past drag queens. There are several dance floors. There is the Leather Pride area with all kinds of fun demos, an area of art. there's like an art show. There's 2 big, huge live stages where we could see, incredibly talented gamist people, like Margaret Cho or Kathy Griffin, do stand up, and drag queens from RuPaul's Drag Race, and local queens as well, performing. And so this is kind of, I want to say, we're reaching the 3rd act. I want to, if everyone's cool with it, I think we should montage through the day. So everyone, let's just all share one quick thing we would like to do, not necessarily a full scene for our daytime montage, and then have our first verbal, like full scene be when the sun goes down, because that's when the real fun happens. Isaiah, during the day, is going to focus on being shirtless, flirting with both Atlas and Iggy flagrantly, as if it's no freaking big deal. I'm talking makeouts behind the porta potties. I'm talking stroking like Iggy's back with consent while we're looking at art in the art show. I'm talking about like deliberately having Iggy and Atlas watch as he goes into the leather realm area and gets flogged for the first time by a leather person. And it's like, no, you don't have to do anything. I want to do this. Eye out for me. I feel safe when you watch me. And it says it to both of you, and doesn't say it to specifically one of you. So it takes you on the dance floor, everybody on the dance floor, uses his parents' credit card to get everybody as drunk as they want, or help them get water and food if they feel like maybe they drank too much, so they can go enjoy the rest of the night. So it's just, that is the day, and he's really enjoying it. But I will say this, specifically from a homegirl Iris, that hunger is like right behind the eyes. And you're pretty sure there were a couple of times, just flavor-wise, when he went away from the other 2 with a stranger and came back wiping his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So he is like carefully, but you're pretty sure that he is gorging himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, he doesn't drink human blood like this. He's letting himself go.
Yeah, I think, definitely keeping an eye on that. Probably, because the spicy, like we said, is when it gets dark. That realization is really coming kind of at like the end of the day of like, okay,
Yeah.
something's up here. But like before that, yeah, I feel like it's, I feel like Iris is very much just a people watcher and just loves like seeing what everyone's doing and then getting like swooped into this crowd doing this thing and swooped in again this crowd doing this thing. I feel like at one point in time, we'll even use a strong move for it of walk into a room like you own it, spellbinding everyone with your magical glamour. I'm like part of like
don't worry about spending it. I technically did a strong move, but for the purposes of montaging, keep your token.
Yeah.
I want us to save our tokens for nighttime.
I feel like, with that, she ends up on like a Dolly Parton lookalike contest on stage at one point in time and is like all in it. But is probably staying closer to the group, kind of starting to get this eye on what is going on with Isaiah. But then also probably still a little spellbound by Santiago herself as well, and just kind of like lost puppying back whenever like she gets pulled back away, I'm just enjoying going with the flow.
Excellent. Atlas.
I think that now that Atlas has made out with somebody, all Atlas wants to do is make out with people.
Oh, one of those gay babies. I love it.
So Atlas is just making out as much as possible with anyone.
What have I done? I've created a monster.
You created a teenage nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh,
I feel like at one point it'd be like Isaiah's just finished with Iggy, and then Atlas is like, okay, my turn.
Basically.
Absolutely.
oh.
Like tag out.
Hang out.
Santiago,
Oh
what's
my
going
God.
on? What is our strong lesbian protagonist doing?
I feel like Santiago is like having a very good time, but in almost like getting more and more not physically aggressive, but like their I feel like their vibe is just kind of like aggression in some way, where they might be losing a little bit of control here, especially with it becoming like the nighttime, getting closer and closer to the night. But she takes great note in like very much. That's what I'm looking for. She's very happy that Iris keeps finding her way back to her. Maybe when she's gone, she sends. I would feel like social media might count as a card or something, but
Yeah,
doing
pick
like
it
a
up, pick it
human
up.
connection by sending Iris memes of like maybe like a little rainbow colored axolotl or something, just little pictures.
Oh my God.
To
We
send
could,
to
so
be
there's
like,
a
I'm still
thing.
connecting with this person.
Yeah. So there's a thing that I do in like every big festival gathering thing I go to, because there's always like one trend that's very popular. You know, like the year that like the man rompers like came out, I went to ACL
yeah.
and their time. And so like me and my friends will count them of like how many times we see them in a like event. Like we at Gen Con, we did the Hellfire Club shirts because the Stranger Things episode came out. So I feel like there's something that like me and Santiago are just sitting like 12, 38, 15, like, just counting back and forth.
That sounds awesome.
That is amazing. And then Iggy, like your day. How do you spend your day until sunset?
I feel like I'm going to lean more into the reckless behavior that risks my corporeal body. And when I see you go into like the leather tent for a flogging, I'm just like, one flogging, please. And then I just basically stay there the entire like they have to kick me out because they're like, yeah, it's not safe for people to be, smacked around that much. And I'm just like, no, keep it coming. They're like, no, we can't.
Yeah, but I will say this. You get several phone numbers. Like they do. They give you water, they give you snacks, and they make you stop. But get a lot of phone numbers, get a lot of business cards. There are a lot of people, men, women, non-binary, trans, and cis, and in the kink area that are very interested in getting to know you.
So I definitely feel like Iggy is starting to open up more towards that scene. Also, I just thought the visual would be funny of like Iggy wearing like a harness like over the giant sweatshirt.
At that point, I will say this. There is somebody, before we go into the night, I want to say, and this is just coming from my expertise. Also in the leather realm, there are maybe about 2 or 3 people who are genuinely interested in your scars, not in a, oh my God, that looks creepy, but they actually share some scars with you, as one of their kinks that they're into is ritual scarification.
And I think I definitely am going to take that person's number.
Okay.
Because that sounds very intriguing to me. I'm just like,
Yeah,
wait, you think scars are beautiful, huh?
No, of course they are. I mean, like, I have to keep them. I mean, it's very bold that you did yours, because they don't know. It's very bold that you did yours on your face. I mean, like, California law states, scarification counts as a tattoo, and it's illegal not to hire somebody because they have facial tattoos. So stay in California, kid. You're in the right place to express yourself. But I work as like, an investment banker, so I got to keep my stuff like hidden underneath my arm, and they have this really cool
Ooh.
like scar.
That's where I feel like my
all around.
regular move, investigate something with morbid fascination, and I just start going, ooh.
Ooh. Hey, your little Puerto Rican leather boy is here, and it's at that point I would like to say that at some point he has spent way too much money at a booth that sells utilikils, and now you see Isaiah wearing like a really expensive brand new utilikil, his boots, and his backpack, and nothing else. Hey, you ready to hit the dance floor before festival closes? Sun's going down.
Yeah, and I'll hit something else too.
Sounds good to me.
Woo!
I need
Yeah,
the
let's
fan.
do it.
All right. So sun's gone down. Our characters are leaving the Leather Realm, and we're going towards one of the dance floors. What happens? What's going on?
I think I might inadvertently ruin some of Atlas and Iggy's fun, as I want to intercept Isaiah and pull them away, stern look on the face.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'll be right back. Yeah. And then I guess we're over by one of the water dispensers. He's like, what?
I'm going to ask this as frankly as I can in public, because we're friends, and I would hope we can be open with each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This is our big coming out. It's Pride. What's up?
Right. What have you been eating today?
Blood.
A lot?
I mean, I haven't killed anyone.
Gives this look of you promise?
I promise. I haven't. I'm sorry.
Actually, regular move. Ask for a promise. I forgot I have that one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I promise. I'm not killing anyone. I have control. I'm just so. There's so much going on, and I really like Atlas. I really like Iggy, and Iggy's kind of safe around me, but I don't know if Atlas is. And I've got to keep. There's something about Atlas's. I don't know if it's a fairy blood thing, or an ocean thing, or a magic thing, but there is something about Atlas that that is intoxicating to me, and I really care about them. I have to keep myself fed. I don't want to accidentally kill. I'm sorry I didn't talk to you about it, but I didn't want to interrupt what's going on with you and Santiago. Have you even kissed them yet?
No, not yet. You're changing the subject. We'll get to that. How does it work? Are they going to remember it? The people.
No. I lick the neck, it goes away. They just think I'm biting them.
This is probably the safest place for that, yeah. Okay. You usually don't. Are you okay with the fact that you are indulging?
I promise I will go back to livestock and Hamul after. The only animals around are squirrels and people's pets, yes. And they're service animals. I'm gonna eat Muffy, the service animal.
All valid points. I just wanted to check in and make sure you
God.
were in the clear and not going to get in trouble, and you're okay, and you have a handle on it, because I'd hate for something bad to happen and ruin the fun for all of
Look,
us.
if it looks like something bad's gonna happen, use your brujeria and freeze me or something. Here, God, just he just goes into his pocket and he pulls out like one of his favorite lighters, takes her hand, puts it in her hand. Use this. This is incredibly important to me. I've had this for years. I bought it when I quit smoking. I kept it in my pocket just in case I would ever want a cigarette again, and I haven't smoked again, even though we've been in Pride. So take this, and if I freak out, freeze me. I'll take my token now.
Yep. I was gonna say.
Where were you guys standing? I forgot. Where was the scene taking place?
So I want to say 20. I was imagining about 20 feet away at a water station, because there's these water stations where you can refill your Camelbacks and your water bottles. So that's where I think we are, probably near some porta potties. Not far at all, but far away enough that the din of the crowd.
Can I?
Can you? Do you want?
I was gonna say, can I use like an authority card?
Yes, go ahead. What are you doing?
While you guys are standing there talking, this police officer comes over and starts filling up their water, but like they're kind of taking looks at you guys.
I just start dancing.
Say something. I think they'd look at you guys and try to be like casual, be like, having a good night out here?
Whoa.
Kind of like holds up their water.
Great night.
Let me look at my moves. Nervously, I'm going to look at the police officer, and have a serious moment of self-doubt, and I'm going to make the weak move. What makes you immune to the danger I bring?
What does that
The
entail?
I'm a scary, scary vampire, and I'm using this weak move to essentially turn this police officer into something that's immune to like my power. So however you want to turn that around and make it super scary, go right ahead.
Immune to your power?
Yeah.
No, I'm having a. Is it if anyone wants to pick
Danger.
up this? I would
What
totally
makes
get it,
you
'cause I'm trying
immune to
think
the
of it.
danger I bring? This
Maybe
little bit more
maybe
specific.
he's supernatural of some sort too.
That's what I was thinking.
Mm.
I sort of look at him. I will wait for the answer. Unless you like Taylor.
I'm trying to think of like what he would be if he was supernatural.
Werepig?
Werepig. You know what? I fuck with it. I fuck with it.
Yeah. Oh my god. Or shapeshifter. I love it. Make it even scarier.
Oh yeah, shapeshifter.
What do you end up saying? Still trying to think of something.
Well, I don't say it above. What do I say out loud? I said, "Oh,
Yeah.
we're having a great night, officer. I was just checking in with my friend. We gotta go catch up with our friends. There's a DJ coming on. Come on, let's go, Iris." And I take Iris's hand and I get out of there.
I feel like I don't break eye contact as I'm getting pulled away until like finally is out of view. And then
I think you would say, as you guys are leaving, just like, stay out of trouble. And it's kind of like giving you like a knowing look.
yeah, I'm sharing it back. Like,
And then I just sort of drag us back to the rest of the group. Everything's
before we get
cool.
back, I will turn to you real quick. Whisper, like, but do you think like Santiago would kiss me back if like I did?
Absolutely. Like, I think I know that. Like, look, I have this thing where I sometimes like hear what people are thinking. I can't really control it, but every time Santiago is around you, there's something there, almost like a wolf, like just kind of. There's something there. I'm sure she digs you. Shoot your shot. What's the worst that can happen? She's not interested in you. We're surrounded by a whole bunch of queer women. Okay. go for the biggest fish, and then if you don't catch the biggest fish, find another fish. Hey, what's up, guys?
Somewhere Atlas shivers as you say that. He doesn't know why.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoops.
Yeah, we'll just come back and just immediately tries to like calm again. Did y'all have fun? Looking at the two that I hadn't seen the majority of the day for Iggy and Atlas.
I'm gonna do a weak move and go speechless in response to a simple everyday comment or question.
Aww.
Iris just smiles and nods at you, like knowingly, like, yeah.
Hold on a second. I know exactly what to do to come out of this. As Isaiah reaches over and just gently puts his face on the eyes and cheeks, but gently and sweetly making out.
I faint. No, I'm just kidding.
I was ready. I'm gonna make a strong move. And I'm going to use my vampiric power to get an upper hand. And I want to, and as I'm like enveloped, like I'm focusing, and I want to know, I want to know exactly how.
I think at this point, Atlas is just like absolutely entranced by you and is just like, oh my God, like has a crush on you even though you're dating.
That's the best.
That is the
We love
best.
that energy around here.
I have the same problem with my partner, John. I'm just like, his crush on you, babe. We're already together. I know.
It doesn't end the crush, it makes it bigger.
So much bigger. And then I'm just like, I finished and I just got this like look of like satisfaction. And I'm like,
I'm gonna use a strong move and strike before anyone has a chance to react and start making out with you. After you pull away.
At a certain point, I think that Isaiah just kind of sweeps you off your feet because you're like 5 foot tall and ickle.
Yeah.
And it's let you continue making out with him, and then sort of use, I guess, maybe his vampire instincts to try and like maneuver away through the crowd and carry you to the.
Literally perfect.
Is that okay? Good.
So let's a little messiness here as y'all are like pushing through this crowd. It's late in the night. There are a lot of drunk people, and look, emotions can get a little nasty sometimes when people get drunk. I think someone gets like shoved a little bit or like pushed off balance, and I'm gonna use the Big Gatherings move of provoke a fight. As like someone very angrily like turns around just to the general direction, like it's probably you two and a couple of bystanders just like, what the fuck, you know, like just doing like macho like bowing up drunk man thing.
Oh my gosh, it's the perfect time for Santiago to cut in.
Yes, do
By
this.
using oh my gosh. I just know that Santiago would want to fight right now. And I really want to use Smash into somebody so hard their bones break, but I probably should just be like intimidate someone to back down.
You could smash them so hard their feelings break and they just nothing.
And this is also where I can bring in my strong move to back up Santiago, which is where I act impervious to fear, pain, or doubts. And yeah.
I think I'll intimidate someone into backing down just so I don't immediately get into a fight right now. Unless they want to fight me. But
yeah. And I'm just like, how do you think I got these scars?
Yeah, I think this guy, turned around ready for a fight at first, and then, it's just like, who done did it? Trying to figure it out.
Iggy saying, you should see the other guy.
I just know Santiago would be like up in the person. It's like, doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't matter with you what. Leave him alone. Like, then just turns around and walks away.
Yeah, I think even maybe like some friends that are with this guy that are also just as drunk, but a little less so, or at least have a little bit more awareness, are like, come on, and kind of like pulling and moving the situation further away into the crowd,
Yeah. I'm gonna pick up the Abyss down Family Life, and I'm gonna make the move, make everyone feel like they're being watched. And as you guys are kind of like, I'm gonna do like a slight fast forward. I want to say that we get into the dance floor. It is 9 o'clock. About no 9:30. It's 30 minutes till the festival shut down. Dancing, we're having a good time. People are starting to trickle away, but the dance floor is crowded because there's a lot of people here that are. I'll be blunt. There's a lot of minors, a lot of teenagers. This is their only opportunity to really enjoy Pride because they're not allowed to go to bars or anything. We probably recognize some people we went to high school with, some of the freshmen and the ones we left behind. Those of us who did go to high school in San Diego. Maybe Atlas, you recognize some, people from the beach, near where your apartment is. Younger people that don't get to come out to Hillcrest that often, but, are now out here, and we're all having a great time. The DJ's playing, I don't know, Lady Gaga, remixed by Calvin Harris. And we're just having, and then all feel like we're all being. What do you do?
Is this something that Santiago could track?
Yeah, sure. You want to try and track it? It's all good. I will pull up the Abyss and let's have some
Yeah,
fun.
I'll use a token to track someone by their scent and footprints to find the location of whatever this is.
Okay. You take a deep, deep breath and start following it. And I would like to borrow the authorities, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. And then and remember, if you have a setting element, you can always hop in anytime. And it leads you back to that police officer who is smoking a cigarette. They don't have their badge on anymore. Half their uniform's gone. You think maybe they're off duty. And he's just kind of leaning against a tree. You guys have left the festival. And he's like smoking a cigarette, which is illegal, by the way, because it's a county park, but he's doing it. Oh, there you are.
I think that this irritates something in Santiago.
And you see this. You see this
like,
raven.
Look at that.
You see this raven that was in the sky, flying and lands on his shoulder. As I'm going to make the move, like catch them in the act, which is essentially, he's just like, oh, so you and your friends are special.
Yeah, what about it?
Like come up and like stand kind of side by side, so that way Santiago's not like up alone, and I'm trying to emanate some power.
He drops a cigarette and steps on it. Raven goes, ah! Just remember.
I think that Santiago.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
I was gonna say I think that I feel so bad for interrupting you. I'm so sorry.
Continue. I want you to do something first before I say anything. Please cut off the cop. I
feel
beg
like
you.
Santiago, she would be looking at this cop up and down, sizing him up, just being like,
I haven't seen you around the police station. You must be one of those rent-a-cops.
You could say that. Definitely say that. No, I don't work for SDP.
What do you get out of it?
You're just one of those guys.
Look, these people, our people, as he points to this little rainbow, like pin, you know, one of those ones that like LGBT cops, firefighters, EMTs,
Lawmaker, something just on the lapel.
those official on the lapel. It's like our people shouldn't know about that. What you guys are doing, attracting a lot of attention.
I can't help
So
it.
my
I tend to always attract a lot of attention.
That doesn't work. Taps the rainbow, like very obnoxiously. It's a very like Gen X kind of gay man thing to say, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm just like, oh, no, I didn't mean like that. But go on.
okay. We're all gay here, right? You have any problems? Here's the deal. And I'm going to make the move. Make clear your unreasonable expectations of someone. Go off. Have a great time. Enjoy your pride. But if you cause mess, like you have been all day long, I've been watching you, I will let all of the other members, the authority of the Nexus. And you all sort of get like a feeling of like, you get a vision back to like the parade when you guys were going through the supernatural nexus, and you have a feeling like when he says that, it's almost like a power word, like a pulse. Like, he's not the authority of the cops. He's not a teacher. He's the authority of the local supernaturals. Like, you can feel it. Like, you can all feel like that word when he says the authority of the nexus, like that word get like pings at you. And those of you, you know what? I'm going to give this, whether you know about the nexus or not, I will leave that up to you, my fellow players. And if you do, run with it.
I wanted to actually say something.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Santiago would register that that's what he referenced the Nexus, and I'm gonna use a weak move, which is yell someone who you really shouldn't yell at. And she's gonna start being like,
I don't give a fuck about the Nexus. Like, leave us alone. You're really ruining our night here, and I'm so sick
Yeah.
and tired of losers like you.
and it's just going off.
I'm going to do the move, enact drastic measures. And now, as he like slides out of his like sleeve what looks to be like a solid silver spike, points it at you. Now I think we have a problem. This is exactly what I was talking about. And then he like pushes it against your skin, and you feel it burn like into your flesh. Like, silver's never done this to you before. So there's something special about this steak. And it
Are
just
we
like,
all here?
you're all there. So I'm going to ask you the question, what do you do in
Oh,
response
okay.
to the searing?
I think Iris would first like kind of just still there by Santiago, but then like when that outburst kind of starts, like tries to just like be an anchor, like kind of rein her back in and be like, but then when this happens, starts to kind of like mutter something that none of you understand. And it gets a little bit louder and louder as those like sparkles go back into her eyes. And probably there's a little bit of even like a warmth like Santiago can feel from like her hand. and is going to turn and look at this guy. And I'd like to use my strong move of, while chanting in tongues, cast the perfect spell.
Ooh, what happens?
And I think Taylor wants to just like bloop this guy out of existence, but I don't know if Iris can handle another death on her conscience.
Right.
So I think that she is essentially attempting to just like wipe this guy's memory for the day.
Okay. This
Just
is
like,
so
you know,
cool.
there's probably going to be a fallout and some sort of issue down the road from this, as he's now like, oh shit, I don't remember a whole day.
Yeah.
But I want him to forget about our involvement today.
All right. Cool. That's you. Atlas, what do you got? Because I think I want everyone to contribute something, and let's stitch this together into one narrative scene before we get to our epilogue.
I think Atlas is going to use the strong move, strike before anyone can act. And I think y'all are going to watch as it's like it's so unexpected, but Atlas essentially gets down into like a push-up position and like moves his legs together and he uses them almost like a tail to sweep this man's legs out from under him.
Ooh.
And bonk his head on something, and now I'm altering my thing to where he thinks he knocked his head, and that's why he lost his memory.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's the
Santiago needs to
push-up,
come in here.
spin, the authority, the Nexus authority, like he just flies up into the air, and then you're chanting and unleash your spell to wipe his memory. What are you doing, Iggy?
So I'm going to interpret this as being physical suffering for Santiago, and I'm going to hold space for her suffering, bringing them profound relief as I absorb it into myself.
Oh, okay. So it's just like are touching them, and then just like their wounds like disappear as they like appear on you.
Yes.
Oh, that's so freaking cool. Okay, and
That's pretty cool.
all right. So I have something. Okay. Now, one more opportunity for our firefighter. What are we doing? Like, what are you doing in response? Because I have something, but I want to do it last.
When getting hit by that silver, that stinging, burning pain, I think that the first response to this terrible pain is to immediately lash out. And I wanted to transform, but I think I'm gonna smash into somebody so hard that their bones break. And so I feel like with all this happening at the same time, like first the feet get swept out from under him, and then the spell is cast, or maybe this can happen first, but I think Santiago would immediately just like punch out in this crazy wolf-like talon that comes out and just bang into the side of him. Yeah.
All right.
And then the spell could be cast.
Yes. So this is what
I
happens.
got to chant for a bit, so mine
Yeah,
can
You're
blend.
chanting.
Yeah.
So you start chanting, swept off the feet in midair. You do the punch out. Iggy's going in and absorbing the pain. And last but not least, me. Isaiah, enraged that his friend has been enraged that this freaking rent-a-cop, this queer rent-a-cop, trying to ruin our pride. I am going to make the weak move. Feed on someone, unable to stop until they are dead, and there is a bloody mess everywhere. As you do the punch, he goes back, hits the tree, you hear a couple of bones crack, and then you see Isaiah like in midair shove him off the tree, drag the body into the bushes and the tree, and then you just hear and just like a blood spray come out, and then and you hear because you've seen this. It's the desiccation of the body as it just turns into nothing. Except this time, there's blood everywhere. And he comes out of the bushes, his mouth and chest covered in blood.
I'm like, just finished one spell, so I haven't even begun. Like, I am in the process of reaching for the lighter of like, that was fast.
Atlas is the friend who always has napkins on hand. So he starts wiping the blood off with the napkins.
I think it's just, I don't think that Iris is freezing him because it's a little too late for that. But I think is grabbing onto this, grabs the fang because she keeps it on her and it's more personal, you know.
Do it.
And
as he looks right at her, like he's holding himself back. Do it. As it looks like he's about to lunge at the rest of you.
focuses in, tries to just like seize his body, can't move. She's like,
Uh-oh.
do you want to remember this or not?
I need to. So I only do it to save everyone.
And then I just tried to make you take a little nap for a second. Just kind of like this, you know.
And he'll just stumble onto the ground. And I want to say, because using a strong move, right?
Mm-hmm. Use a sympathetic item in hand.
Yeah, and he's just out. And he will not get up until you are ready for him to get up, until you guys are out.
Shit.
No one's around. The street lights are nearby. There's minimal light. Nobody.
Hey,
What do you guys do?
Can you carry him?
Yeah, no problem.
And I think Santiago is going to be a little bit mentally distressed because she lashed out so hard at this guy, and like this is the end result, which is not intended, but picks up Isaiah's body.
Man, someday down the road, probably not in this game, we're gonna have a conversation about how the same thing happened to me. We are both sharing this bond now.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I think then too, I feel like since this has happened before, and I have 2 more tokens left, I can still do some strong things.
Go for it.
I think that I've probably done a lot of digging because I have by intuition or research. You already have the answer, but then also it's more with casting the spell. I think that I've learned some sort of way to like glamour the area to hide the evidence or like scrub it a little bit. Like,
I didn't
want to have to use this.
You could probably turn the blood into ash and have it flake away on the wind. You can focus on that weird magic that he has, because you've read about vampires.
Mm-hmm.
That's not normal. Like the body, there's usually bodies. There's usually bite marks. This is I'm like
holding on to the thing still and just like really focusing in and just trying to get every speck of this gone so we can scoot along.
All right. I think that the camera pans up after you cast that spell and you guys make your way towards the street. You hear music playing and the screen goes. Epilogue. Do we decide to go to Sunday Fun Day? Or do we stay in after having a crazy slumber party at the floor of somebody's house.
I think Iris will suggest we order some margaritas to deliver on Sunday fun day.
Yes.
in a
Yeah.
house.
But I think like in the morning, it's like one of those plans where you're like, oh my god, guys, we're totally gonna go do this in the morning, and then like you wake up after being drunk, so like, oh, you know
That's
what?
terrible.
That's this morning.
I have a question. May I please? Excuse me, not me. No. May Isaiah please wake up in between?
I was going
we
to say
don't
the
have to
same thing.
like
Please.
shirtless. We're all shirtless. We're cuddled together, like in the bed, and we all wake up and just kind of smile at each other happily.
Cut to then Santiago and Iris in the kitchen,
Yes.
just like staring at a cup of coffee, like traumatized.
You'll
Oh
hear
my
giggling.
gosh.
You'll hear the giggling of 3 individuals from the shower.
That's funny. Those are our moms right there.
I think that this would totally be. Oh my god! I think that this would be like the best time for Santiago to talk to Iris while you guys are having your fun in the shower, I guess. Well, while we're both traumatized, over the table, I'm gonna ask with a weak move, do you think I'm behaving appropriately? But I think I'm gonna change it to be like, is what I did last night, was that okay? I'm sorry, I just get so angry sometimes.
Yes, okay. I mean, that guy was a piece of shit on so many levels, and it probably would have been. This is a very weird world we live in, both of them together, and I think we get to experience and deal with our things in much different ways than we may have thought. And while what happened last night, I don't think would be something that we should do for a third time. I'm just glad we made it out of there in one piece. 5 pieces.
I don't know what you mean by
Well,
by a
technically,
third
Iggy is
time.
multiple pieces.
I mean, but it's multiple pieces held together. So, and as far as last time I checked, all of them are still there. So,
yes.
What was I gonna say? I think she was saying, I don't know what you mean by a third time. I think one's enough for me, but I don't want to pry. I just don't want that to be representative of who I am and what I would be like if hypothetically we talked a little more. Drinks coffee nervously.
I while bad and we can chat about the first time another time when we've processed this time, but
Yeah.
I think that in any other option of that scenario where maybe any of us were dealing with it alone, it may have turned out badly for us. So maybe together is better. You know, survival, but also, I like your company.
I think Santiago's gonna put a hand out to like grab your hand, just to hold your hand, and
Way too quickly. It's like,
Wait.
okay.
I think it'd be slower than that, but I think
No, that's Iris. Is like,
there
yes.
a way
Iris
I can...
is like, yes.
Oh, okay. Is there a way I can like use a strong move and ask, "Will you follow my lead?" But just like, how
But
would I tailor
silently?
that to this conversation? Yeah, I think that silently would be best. I don't think I can put this into words.
Yeah, and I think to go back to those questions from the beginning of what can like what was yours, like how can I prove myself or
Prove-worthy.
endure improve? Yeah, I think there is that just like I said, very quickly grabs the hand as she before trauma was trying to get to this point. But then there is like kind of that immediate like relaxation, and it's very much that like you are now kind of like this calm, this rock, this comfort, you know.
Love that. It's so cute.
So I think the two of them are dressed, but Isaiah's too much is still in a towel wrapped around his waist, and he's like, "So, I heard we ordered margaritas, and then I like that." It just sort of points to the all holding hands, and I'm gonna make a strong move. Use your vampiric power to gain the upper hand, and I'm gonna be like, y'all should kiss sooner rather than later. And then it just blinks out, and then it's like music, and then credits. If you guys are okay with that, I think that would be like and then the credits are by, and then it's all of us, and maybe there's a little like poly montage with the three of us, the two of you going on dates as the credits scroll by. Whatever you guys want to throw in as we wrap up. What do you guys see as the credits go by? Like,
I love it.
I
I think just because like Santiago and I had such like supportive parents too, there's like a lot of really big brunches with like both families like this. Like...
New definition of mom friends.
I think there's definitely a little part of the montage of Atlas swimming in the tank.
Yes. I think there's some sweet moments at the BDSM club with Iggy and Isaiah, like, just kind of that's their place, their couple time, and then
I definitely feel like Iggy is like kind of suddenly realize that they're gunning for like a performer position. Which they would have never done before, and they're getting as I get more comfortable around like the concept of like having a physical body.
There definitely maybe should be a somewhat risque picture of from the back while we're all at Black's Beach hanging out, like doing a thumbs up, like our bare backs and stuff like that. But there's like a towel, like a pride towel, like around all their butts, like and just pictures of us hanging out in all these different places in San Diego.
I love it.
And
At one
that
point in
is,
time, there is like food, like we're at the hot dog cart, and like Iris has like both their hands on either side of Iggy's head so she could taste hot dogs. She's like giving her the like hallucination of these again. It's like it tastes good, right?
I think there's also one little thing of us all at the pier, and like some of you are riding dolphins as I telepathically communicate with them, so you guys can ride dolphins.
I think that Santiago would come out of that looking like a wet dog, like a sad wet dog.
So, gotta respect everybody's time. Thank you so much for participating in Teenage Nightmare Stonewall Nights. This was great. I hope you all had a wonderful time. I had a great time. let's just do, some outros.
I had so much fun. I couldn't stop smiling. I had like a freakish smile the whole time.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Well, we're going to do just a little bit of decompression later, but let's say farewell to our listeners. We'll start with me. My name is Hector Manuel Reyes. You can find me at Keiichi Okami on Tumblr, Instagram, and definitely Twitter. I'm going to plug one thing. I would like everyone else to plug one thing as well. I am going to plug that I recorded 2 episodes of Nunshot here and Apochromatic. Did I get it right? Apochromatic. Here in Apochromatic with Mark J as host, where we were all speaking our truth as Black and as Black mask presenting people. And we had a great discussion. They're wonderful, and I think by the time this comes out, hopefully both episodes will have dropped, so please catch it out. I am going to kick it over to my homie Atlas. Go ahead and let us know, remind them what your real name is and where we can find you online and one project that you have coming up.
Okay, incredible. My name is Layla Bamanziari. You can find me on Twitter at @lbamanziari. And the one project I will plug today is every Wednesday, you can find me on Take Your Role on Twitch doing VTM blood tax. If you liked watching me play a himbo mermaid, watch me play a kind of bimbo vampire with daddy issues and a real dark side.
Oh, gonna be some Lana Del Rey vibes. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna go down to the amazing person that proved that non-binary dead people have feelings too. Iggy, tell them who you are in IRL and plug one thing and where we can find you.
All right. So my name is Amanda. You can find me in most places on the internet as @Pandacabra. Coming up, I believe it will be June 18th. I have no idea when this is airing, but Sunday, June 18th, I will be in another Pride Run Shot for Girls Run These Worlds. And we're doing sort of a face circus, and I am playing a troll strong woman / circus foreman by the name of Bog Trodden Betty. So feel free to come check that out.
Yes. I'm gonna kick it down to everybody's favorite lesbian werewolf, Santiago. Tell us who you are in real life, where we can find you, and what you and one thing you have coming up.
Hello, everyone. I am D. D Binkata is what people usually call me. You can find me on Twitter at Pajama Toad, or you can find my podcast on Spotify / Apple Podcasts called Magic Mix and Mayhem. We do D&D stuff. We're going to be doing Lancer stuff, and we'll be doing all sorts of other one-shots. So,
Ooh, Lancer, message me. And then last but most assuredly not least, our amazing Taylor, our producer and player. Please share with us who you are and close us out.
Yeah. So yes, Taylor @_potato_ pretty much everywhere on the internet that I choose to be. And honestly, I've been very busy with this and getting our zine out. So hey, find me on Apochromatic Unlimited. That's kind of been my life the last 2 months. You can also find me over on High Shelf Collective, where Cyberpunk's really my usual game, and I just ran a big campaign over there. So you should go watch that. It's like sexy Baywatch, but cyberpunk. And it has been deemed the gayest and horniest game that we've ever had on our channel. So join. It's great. But yeah, other than that, so right here, we are going to continue the fun and fundraising. We are raising funds to support the Trevor Project, which is just, I know, near and dear to my heart, and everybody that has kind of joined in to help us with that. One last little thank you to our sponsors. There should be logos on the screen somewhere. Obviously, all the wonderful giveaways. We have Evil Hat as well as Leatherman Games, who's made like glitter hearts, and they have a new game on the way, Mystery Business. That guys, I backed it, and I'm very excited. So everyone go back so I can play this game because I love Scooby-Doo so much, as well as Elderwood Academy. Thank you for helping us raise money. And yeah, everybody keep an eye out for all of the other fun streams we have coming, as well as our zine and the Nunshot and podcast. And we've been working on so much for like 6 months, and we finally hit when it's all coming out. So get ready for this just snowball of BIPOC goodness, y'all.
Yes.
But with that, I'm just going to smile and wave because I never really know how to end these things. But thank you to the players. Thank you, Hector, for facilitating.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Pride month turn up.
Woo, woo, woo.